Yeah, we're starting it. Okay, if you look at the page that you're at, scroll down a bit. It's still the makeshift map. We are currently here along the river. A river which I now realize I have not named. I'll get that later. It is on the edge of the quote-unquote nosebleed forest. You don't know what the hell that's about. It is surrounded by rolling hills that slowly get higher and higher as you travel up river. But the area right here directly, it's rather idyllic. It's nice and flat. This ground is solid. The river turns into a bit of a marsh as you get close to the forest itself. But the water keeps moving, so it's not it's rather pure. No bad smells. It seems crystal clear almost. You can see the bottom as it flows past. It has grasslands back the way you came to the northwest, and you can see across the river. It has some more grasslands, but then beyond that, you can see these jagged spires that shoot up, volcanic in nature, black stone. That's in the distance. It's nowhere near here. This place is nice.
I've never been more convinced. It's too nice. There must be something wrong here.
First camp is set up. And the night comes, and you guys do your watch. And then the next morning happens.
Before we continue, do we long rest?
Yes, you long rest.
Okay.
I'm not naming it the River of Wetness, but if someone gives me a good idea for the name of the river,
the running river.
Rivers can't run any legs. Okay, see, if I don't know what the word means, I'm gonna assume it's a naughty word in some foreign language. Anyways,
it just means
a safe assumption, really.
It just means water in Irish.
So it is a naughty word because it's in a bad language.
Okay, then I can't pronounce it. Anyways, night comes, long rest, uneventful, no terrible dangers.
Are there any non-terrible dangers? Any danger at all?
Yeah, actually, thanks for reminding me. Madeline.
Mm-hmm.
Madeline, in the course of the night, you find it, you start to develop a fever. It's slow, and you only you start. It feels kind of. I feel kind of off. By the end of the night, you're like, I'm something's wrong. I'm ill.
I cough heartily on the halfling.
Yeah, there's a bit of a cough too.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Madeline?
It appears I have fallen ill. Perhaps it is something in the lab.
Can I ritual cast detect poison and disease, please?
Yes, you can.
Do I detect any poison or disease within Madeline?
Yeah, okay. You detect poison.
Poison?
Would it be poison? Yeah, it'd be poison. You detect poison on Madeline. Does it give more specific information? Can you link the spell?
You identify the kind of poison creature, or disease in each case.
The kind of poison? The kind of poison? What the hell would be the kind of poison? Like the specific...
Maybe if it's magic, if it's sort of like an arcane poison, if it's natural poison.
You detect a magical poison. Necrotic in nature.
Interesting. Would I be able to know if lesser restoration could fix it?
I might just
Um.
have to link something just to be
Oh, yeah, link it to
sure
me.
about that.
Yeah,
Just
you have. Yes, you have resistance.
yeah,
Yes, I understand. I think everyone here has
just to
resistance.
be safe, just to be
No, I
safe. Yeah.
appreciate it. That's right, not taking damage. Um,
Everyone else would already be dying.
I think Callie would be fine. Anyways,
Yeah.
sorry, what was your question?
Would I know if lesser restoration could fix it?
The symptoms appear. Yeah, I think lesser. Let me look. Can you link it? The spell. Yeah, lesser restoration would help.
Okay. Yeah, then Callie will say that. Well, if you're okay dealing with for a day, I can help you out tomorrow. Is it bothering you that much, or is it just something small?
I'm assuming it's just kind of fairly minor symptoms at the moment. It's nothing too
You're
terrible.
you're running at like 80%, 85%.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, you're fine.
I've done worse.
Speaking of which, I'm recovering from sickness, so I'm gonna be mute myself so I can cough up phlegm. Otherwise, I'm
Fair.
feeling fine. Anyways, so can you ritual cast that?
No, that's why I said to wait for tomorrow.
Okay, I just wanted to verify. Okay, sounds good. Just imagine for this that you just general sickness, sluggishness, fever. Okay. The meeting, or the morning comes, and Pharaoh rings a bell after sunrise, and all the people get up, all the Durgars and Melandrak. The zombies stay where they are though. And it's like a team meeting. You all go over to
Here's your,
join too.
here's your
Yeah.
KPI for today.
Pharaoh
Having-
calls for aid. We must answer.
Having a bullshit motivational speech.
Don't worry, guys. Hey, we're a team. We're more than that.
We're a family. Anyway, yes, go on,
Sorry,
Ryan.
yeah, carry on.
I don't have the moral
Bankruptcy.
evilness to do that. I just can't. I can't do it, guys. Even even playing a character, I can't be that much of a piece of shit.
Understood.
Pharaoh speaks up. Okay, this is the second site. Looks pretty hospitable, so we're doing okay there. Don't look too dangerous, but that can be deceiving. Don't go too far out of camp without your battle buddy. Always carry your buddy with you. And let's see what we can find around here. And Melandrek, we're gonna look around the soil, see what we can build here. See lumber. Don't go into the forest by yourself, though. Remember. And our Durgar mining buddies. The scouts had notes here about the ore, so we're gonna go over that later. Less digging, more going through the river. It's and then you four, Lucira, Hora, Callie, Madeline. Same as you've done everywhere. Go around the place, look for dangers, stick your nose into it. Don't get killed.
Oh, we lost someone. We lost Sean.
Oh, Sean's dead. Oh, we
Yep.
found that already, boss.
If Sean succeeds on his stealth check, he just
It's the
disappears.
multiple curses that he has on him. One finally broke through.
They've all conflicted, just affected him.
They're all
there we
getting in the way of each other.
Yeah. Indestructible. Yeah, how close are we to the forest? Because obviously the icon where we are on the map
it
seems
is
fairly close, but
it is a mile away. You guys
Okay.
use miles, right? Yeah.
yeah, kind of.
I'm trying to be like
It's about.
I'm trying to be intelligible as much as I can. It's
It's a little bit over a kilometer.
way over there. It's more than a football kick away.
Oh God.
Sorry, which football are we talking? Are we talking like actual football or your incorrect football?
Or hand
Actual
egg.
football. Actual-
Sorry. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's about a mile, which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, if all four of us.
It's a dozen double-decker red buses Am I being understood? I don't
I mean,
know your units over there.
it's 1.5 kilometers ish.
Now, let's be kind to Ryan. Let's use his units. It's a few hundred washing machines away.
I forgot I know kilometers. It's a kilometer away.
What?
It's less than a kilometer away. It's right
Okay.
there.
Wait. Okay. Whatever. Sure.
I don't know. Do you want me to use
It's
kilometers?
no, kilometers is fine. It's about a kilometer away.
Yes.
Anyway, moving swiftly on before my brain melts from forgetting I knew kilometers.
Yeah, no.
I don't
Heard of that unit of
use them.
measurement?
I don't really use them.
Okay. It's pretty much on flatlands.
It's you're at the base of hilly terrain to the northeast, and it's like you're right where it starts getting flat. So you can't really see far northeast, or north or east for that matter. Just because there's hill, I can draw on it if you want. But in your area and towards the forest, it's just flat.
Yeah, not something quite as obvious for us to explore. I mean, there's the forest if you go backwards into there, but
The wonderful thing of the world, there are things to explore in every direction.
yes, but it's not like hey, there's a giant chasm there. Obvious, we can go and explore that.
Oops.
And the mining, he said, we're looking more at sifting, like within the river.
If you want to take interest in that, he was going to have a conversation with the Durgar, but if you want to if you want to step in that conversation,
Not so much. It's just the fact that if it's going for the river sifting, then there's not as much for us to explore because there's no dangers to be like, there's an area over there because it's just the river.
Okay. Let's go into it. I'll make it quick. There are iron deposits here, and there are gold in the river itself. So for the gold, it'd be sifting. For iron, in the swampy area, they found these large discs of iron, just like laying at the swamp bottom, somewhat underneath the surface of the mud.
Like discs of refined iron or like iron ore?
If you want to look it up, it's called swamp iron. It actually exists, and it's like an amalgamation. It's like iron pockets that were eroded away.
Oh, okay. It's not like discs of refined iron.
It exposed iron ore.
Okay, yeah, got it. But you said it's like discs of iron, and my immediate thought was just like pure discs of refined iron. That seems unnatural. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, got it. All right, yeah. Still, I mean, guys, where do we want to go? We could go to the hills, or we could go to the forest. I think, in terms of our
The nosebleed forest?
yeah.
What are we got the choice between the Headache Hills and the Nosebleed Forest or something? Like, what is there anything dangerous about the?
I mean, it's not like the Hills of Ice or anything.
The hills have feet.
That's what I'm saying. If we're there to look for dangers, and
I'd say as a group, I think we could take a short expedition into the forest, just try and solidify what the dangers are and specifically how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
If we can figure out what causes it.
Yeah, it might be a good idea, actually.
That's what I was thinking, because if we're here to be security detail, essentially, and to look for dangers, then looking for the forest that we're nearby could be a good idea. But then there is also this hillish area to our northeast and to our north, so...
Well, the forest is right here. It's almost a non-trip to poke our head in. Yeah.
So we can go there, explore a little bit. Don't want to go too far in, because we know that somewhere, I'm going to draw the map slightly, around here-ish or something, there's that area where the Deadlands crosses into the forest, right?
The Tenville,
Yeah, so we know somewhere that there's that. We probably want to avoid that, because it's still not pleasant for us.
Well, we can explore in, keeping close to the river, so we can...
Yes.
So we can also make our way back up if we get lost. Just get to the river, go upstream.
That sounds good to me, if other people think so.
Yep, I'm happy to go down to the river.
I'm good for it.
Okay.
Madeline?
Yep. All good.
Yeah, okay.
then I feel we should perhaps explore this forest and see what dangers there are within.
Okay. Sure. So you guys walk over to the forest. It's about 1 kilometer, so it's not too far away. Are you guys moving in like loose formation, just like chilling, or is
I'll
one
go,
of
I'll
you
go
leading
ahead,
the
a
way?
little
Is
bit
it like that?
ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
You know what? Actually, while I'm here, I'll have a look because I've still got that book of herbs or book of plants or whatever.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
I'll have a look around and see what like plant life is around here. Is there anything that could be helpful? Or
Ooh, yes, please,
Ham-
because I have herbalism, and that would be very helpful.
yes, Hammond's Book of Plants is the book I was looking for.
Sure thing. So there are flowers that are here as you're walking along. There's not so it's grassland. There's not a lot of variety of life. It's mostly just grass. Occasionally there's a woody bush.
Oh, sorry, I meant like within the forest itself.
Oh, the
but
forest.
yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. You come to the forest. Okay, I'm glad you have the book out, actually. So once you approach the forest edge, it goes from plains to forest immediately. Like there is a hard gap there.
Okay.
Can you give me who has
Oh, Robot Ryan?
Okay, yep. Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit there. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
One moment.
There we go. We got you back there.
Okay. Anyone who has proficiency in knowledge of nature or the book can roll. I think you have both, right? You can roll with advantage then.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, nature, right?
Knowledge of nature.
Advantage. It's acceptable.
Callie, you don't recognize any of these plants. There's like a tree. You recognize trees. There's some very pretty flowers. You don't recognize what they are though. Lucira,
tasty.
you don't recognize any of these plants as well, but you're very confident it's because these plants aren't in the book. These are not. These are unique. Which is kind of surprising. You've never seen anything like these before. You've never heard anything like these before. There's flowers that are just like rainbow colors. Some of them, the petals just are not the same size as other petals. It looks like something's weird with these plants.
It's okay. That's an immediate concern. They look unnatural. May not be the wrong word here, but like
Artificial
yeah,
in some way.
like it seems like someone did.
Like if you want to walk up to it and you like put your hand on one of the trees, yeah, that's like you feel a tree. It feels like a tree should feel. It's not an illusion, but
it's just
it
different.
just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
It doesn't like because obviously, well, nature follows rules, and it's like sounds like some of these
Nature
rules,
definitely follows rules, especially like
And-
mathematical rules and patterns,
yeah.
and you just see like weird shit.
these
Here.
just
Like
don't quite match.
yeah, like the
Mm.
same bulb has flower petals of different sizes, and like the rainbows are just like you look at it and like the rainbow color is not in the right order with some of them. It is yeah, no. Something's
yeah.
wrong here.
Do we think the tendril has contaminated this forest somewhat?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but potentially the land itself was cursed. It was dead. Nothing was growing there. This is something different. If it was contamination from there, then I imagine the forest would be more dead, more barren. But
Yeah,
this is
it's
something
almost like it's the
different.
opposite.
Yeah, it is like it is like it is causing the forest to mute. What actually? What the Would this world know mutate as a word?
I mean, there's mutants, but like,
Okay, well, yeah, I guess.
I think it's all like magically.
Okay, I just wasn't sure because, like, yeah,
So evolution doesn't exist, but mutation due to magic definitely exists.
cool. Okay, it is like it is something that's causing the forest to mutate, to change, and become more something. but what that is, I do not know. I now remember that. Actually, there wasn't in the city we found. There was on the map. There was the four.
Oh,
There was the four obelisks or whatever.
There's no obelisk here. There's
Nothing
no
here.
obelisk
Okay, because it was here, and then was it 3 over in Koshai or 2 over in Koshai and 1 like?
So there's 2 on this side of the
here or
river.
something?
Or
Oh, yeah.
there's 2 on this side of the lake and 2 on the other side of the lake.
Cool, that was it. All right, yeah, and the other one isn't in this area. It's more like
It's somewhere over here.
yeah, cool, got it. So it's not that. It's
Yeah,
something
there's
else.
like other edifices along the river or the lake itself, but there's nothing in this area that you saw.
Cool. That's fine. Yeah, I do not know what. I mean, I assume with listeners' knowledge, magic could do this, but the exact details of what it is probably up in the air. Like, it seems awfully vague, right?
Yeah, when magic.
Okay, so no, but something is clearly affecting this forest. But what it could be anything. We know that there was a great, although at least just to the north here, there seemed to be a great battle at some point with great magic involved. It's possible that it is overflow from the magic there rather than from the cursed land, but it could be a great many things.
What if it's like someone's put something in here as a reaction to try and combat the death?
It is possible. Someone clearly made that boundary of with the
The skulls.
Yes, with the totems and skulls. It's possible that there is something or someone in here.
The only way we're gonna find out is if we go in. So we either make a move or we return.
Yes, the forest itself seems to still be alive, even if different, and it is not. Yes, the colors and things have changed in size, but it is not mutating viciously or too ferociously. So it seems it would likely be safe for us to reside there for a short while at least. So
Great.
I'm
Let's
good
go.
at entering.
I'll try and sneak ahead first.
I think we've lost Ryan for a minute.
Yeah, I think he did drop, did he?
Yeah.
No, he's still here. We just can't hear him.
He's here, but yeah, I think he went like robotic again with his last sentence. So
The forest was completely safe.
yes, in fact, we all find 1,000 platinum there each. Oh, and there he goes. Yeah, internet just died a moment.
Can we all say a prayer for American internet being both expensive and slow?
Yes, the double whammy.
Okay, I'm back.
Ah,
Hello.
he has returned.
Okay.
So, could you like hear us at all, or
No. Let me think here. Last thing I heard was Horik recommending we just head into the forest.
Yeah, we all
yeah, it was mostly just fluff on our part, just like theorizing what could be
Yeah, sure.
like.
Okay.
We also found 1,000 platinum in the forest. I don't know if you heard that. But that's definitely can.
Yeah.
Ever since the platinum mine opened, the platinum's not worth as much anymore, unfortunately.
Touche. Anyway, so yeah, I think Hart was trying to sneak up, or sneak off ahead.
So Horik is going to scout ahead by. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I will go.
I mean, well, at least a distance away from us. I think, right? You're not just going off on your own.
No, I'm not going to be like, yeah, fuck you guys, see you later.
Yeah, we're still going to be like wandering through the forest and exploring. It's just that he's going off ahead, I think.
Okay, sounds good. Can you give me a stealth check, please?
Sure thing. I'm excited to fail. stealth. Let me know if I can add
Oh,
anything.
you're fine. You're fine.
I will stealth in just to make sure there's no enhanced creepy crawlies or even normal creepy crawlies that are posing any threats.
You move forward, and would you find anything? Not this. Okay, yeah, no, it seems safe. You don't seem to find any dangers at all. Nothing seems to attack you. It's just a very colorful forest. How far ahead are you gonna go?
Like 15 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Within 1 round of getting back to them.
Okay,
Usually.
sounds good. Oh yeah, you go forward, and everyone else in the group, he goes forward, and there's nothing wrong. Are you just continually moving forward like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna like
And
go
the group's
ahead and
following behind.
scout.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so you guys walk in. Plants stay weird. As you go a little bit deeper, you see more of these plants and flowers, and literally everything is unique. You don't see a duplicate of the same sort of plant. You have I guess Hork would be the first one. Hork, at a certain point, moving forward, you feel that you're being observed. It is hard to describe the feeling of it. It's not just a general paranoia. It's like a mental like click. Like something is watching you right now. Something's in your head, maybe.
Does it feel similar to when we were in the dead zone?
No.
Not that kind of observation.
It feels like there's like you're in a room and then suddenly there's like another person in the room. It feels different, and that's how it feels right now.
Okay. I'll hold my hand up to let them know I'm stopping and then wait for them to catch up to me.
That was good.
And then regroup with the party and say, hey, do any of you feel like there's someone near us that can see us that isn't us?
You guys, right when you get close to Hork, that same sort of thing clicks into your mind as well. Like you're being observed. Like there's an additional person here.
Is it like a certain position, like when you get to a certain like range or whatever? I don't want to range, but like.
Well, it's just Hork. It's hard to tell, but when the group moves across, it is very evident that there is a hard line where it happens.
Cool. Can I just take a step back and see, does the feeling go away?
Yeah, it goes away.
Oh, it seems as though there is something at this specific distance, perhaps, or range, or area of the forest, which is causing this feeling. I'm going to assume that if we're just in the middle of a forest full of obscene colors or whatever mutations, probably not any like a significant identifying landmark is there.
You guys can't see more than 10 feet from where you are. The vegetation here is pretty damn thick.
Ah, okay. Wow. Did not realize the forest was this thick. Got it.
Yeah, it went from plains to like heavy forest immediately, and yeah, you can see like 15 feet because. What?
Right. Well, it is not maybe being watched, but that is important for us to know. I mean, how deep into the forest are we now?
You are only a little bit. 150 feet maybe.
Okay, yeah. I believe we can still carry on a little bit further and see if we can perhaps find the source of this feeling.
Okay. Can Lucira, Hork, and Madeline give me wisdom saving throw, please?
Concern rises. I immediately regret my decision.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
do. Yes, I level like a 0 on a save.
And then Hork? Okay, sounds good.
Fuck off. What the fuck?
Madeline and
This character's cursed. Just like, God damn it.
So the three of you, echoes through your mind. Lucira, this doesn't happen to you. Or sorry, Madeline, wait, what? No,
I didn't roll.
okay. Maybe I misspoke. Lucira, you don't have to roll at all. You're not in the influence. Callie needs to roll.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I counted the wrong names. My bad.
Oh, good.
Damn, I
Hell yeah.
really wish you had to say.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So the three of you, not Lucira, but Horik, Callie, and Madeline, hear a deep voice in their head, and the voice just says, "Oh, hello, friends." Madeline, you take 1d4 damage. Or sorry, it'd be 1d6 halved. So I'm gonna just roll it. If you saved, you take half. So just 1 damage, and Callie, you take 3 damage. This is psychic based.
Okay.
Cool.
Brain melty.
I take 1 damage.
And it's just a hard poke in the brain, enough to get your attention.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can find out where it's coming from?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception
Okay.
check.
Let me know, because I may add thing. I'm going to add a d6 to that, because I
Sure
don't think
thing.
it's very good. Balls.
It is coming from inside your brain.
Yeah, great. Try and roll my eyes into my head so I can see him.
Um,
What would people like to do?
Um, I
think back.
see why
Where
it's
are you?
called nosebleed forest.
Oh, yeah.
I possible, but I assume Lucera is. If everyone just like flinches from everyone, Lucera's
Yeah.
probably just going to be looking very quizzically at them, like, is everything something okay? Something happened?
The one's talking to us in our minds. Are you not getting it?
No. Well, my accent went real weird there. No, it's
No.
no. I don't know why I'm suddenly Arnold. No, it seems as though the whoever or whatever is speaking to you is also limited to, and she'll like sort of make a quick line in the dirt or whatever with the heel of her boot. Be like here. It seems as though there is a distance to whatever it is.
Okay, Horik, Callie, and Madeline, can you give me another wisdom saving throw as you hear in your mind? Welcome to my forest. I should warn you, I am quite mad.
Fuck.
How much damage?
Everyone takes 1 damage only. Wait, round down. So I guess Madeline, you're fine. No damage at all.
I think you can only go to 1.
um,
I don't think you can go
You're
below
right. I
1.
think you're right. Actually, yeah, it's just 1 damage for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't remember actually if it's round up or round down.
It's round down in damage, but I think there's like a minimum of like you can't
Yeah,
have.
almost everything.
Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Madeline would like to respond if she can psychically, otherwise just call out.
What do you call it?
So strange to call us friends, but not show your face. Where are you?
I would like to use this action to step out of the area so the responses stop hurting.
Yeah, sure thing. Lucira, you get. It was a general entity of the forest, but as soon as you
Okay.
talk to it, or sorry,
No.
fuck, I'm sorry,
Madeline.
Madeline. Yeah, sorry, Madeline. Madeline, as soon as you talk to the forest, or the entity, the focus goes on you. And you can hear in your head, I am everywhere. I am the forest, but specifically the center of the forest. And give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
You're good. You're good. No damage. It hits you like a wave, and you just sort of go with it, and it flows past you, and you're good.
Awesome. What are you mad about? Or do you mean you have lost your mind?
I've been told multiple times to warn people that I have lost my sanity, but I mean no harm. And we'll just roll that with that crit for a bit.
You mean no harm, yet your responses cause us damage. Cause us harm or something.
Not intentionally. I think it's mostly that you're listening wrong.
May we seek out where you lay? And perhaps we can speak in person rather than through this painful manner.
If you want, but I think your head would explode.
And they just stop talking.
Well, this is the thing, Hork. As this conversation is going, you don't like no one else hears this. It's just Madeline hearing it, but
Yeah.
your head stops hurting.
All right.
Madeline is full concentration though right now.
Yeah, I'll turn back to the party and it appears that this entity is part of the forest somehow. It says it lays in the heart of the forest, but we might die if we go there.
There are a great many creatures that could be tied to a forest in such a manner, and especially things as powerful as that. It could be, it could be a fae of some kind to be a presence within the entire forest, but for it to have an effect and so, for its very words to hurt people, it would have to be strong indeed.
Okay, Madeline, we're gonna call that the end of the crit immunity. Madeline and Hork, give me another wisdom saving throw.
Not so good.
Okay, you both fail. Let's see, roll 1d6. 2 psychic damage. And you hear in your brain very clearly, could you tell the other one to step closer? I can't really hear him all that well. Also, I am the forest.
How can somebody be a forest? That makes no sense. If you could just stop talking for 5 minutes, we'll be able to find you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Hark.
I was thinking that. I don't know if that's.
Oh, sorry.
Work. Hork, can you roll me another wisdom saving throw?
Sure. I hate conversations are the best of times. Oh boy.
Take 9 psychic damage.
Ow.
Yeah, it responds to what you said you were thinking it, not speaking it
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still part of the conversation. This thing works via
No, I know that's why I was thinking it.
Okay, sounds good. It directs directly on you, Hork, in answering your question. And says, it's my forest. I should be able to speak however I want. You should stop listening. Or at least listen better. Or less. I don't know.
Is there a way to shut our minds up?
I'm sorry, there's too many jokes I can make about that sentence. I'm just going to not. I literally sat there going, which one do I want to make? And I'm like, oh, they're all too easy. Never mind.
With that that veil, 4. So this thing's focusing directly on you. You get this feeling. It went from like the voices inside your head to it's like rooting around. You feel it's like going through your mind. Not like in a aggressive or harmful way, but it's like it's pulling information out.
Yeah, I don't like that. Where's the line that we made?
It's right over there. It's like 5 feet away.
I'm gonna roll behind it.
Okay. Yeah, that feeling goes away immediately.
I'm gonna start like taking like side steps, as if I was walking along that line,
Oh, shit.
to see if it's like a flat barrier or if it curves or anything like that.
Sure thing. Well, that's going on. Madeline, you hear in your voice, in your head. Actually, can you roll me another wisdom saving throw?
Yep. Oof.
Even though you're the only entity there, it doesn't it's not super focused on you. So, never mind, 6 damage. And it goes. You just hear it very loudly in your brain. The little one seeks gold. Actually, I think you all seek gold. I have gold here. I collect it from the river. It's mine, but you can have some.
Madeline will respond. This time she'll start kind of talking out loud, but also to the entity.
Okay.
And she'll respond with sorry.
Y'all are tracking your HP, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm tracking it.
I'm really curious how close you guys are to.
No, quite a while away from dead.
Okay.
If I took
She
that much
responds with,
damage, I would have half health, I think.
How should I refer to you, entity? If we are friends, we should be on first name basis, no?
Okay, let's see. Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw again. This is a direct question to you. It's gonna be half damage, so 5 damage.
Mhm.
You hear hesitancy, and then you would just hear, "I am Tree Man of the forest." And who are you?
Yeah, I should just respond with Madeline. That is an interesting name. Could I ask you to do me a favor? Could you speak more quietly in our minds?
No.
Hmm.
How much HP does Madeline have?
A lot.
God damn.
Um,
Anyone at half HP, your nose starts bleeding. Okay.
Not quite. Um, um, then might you tell me how I could listen better? I wish to continue this conversation, but I might have to leave if you continue to harm me so.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw again.
Mhm.
Fail. You take 7 psychic damage. Let's see. The question would be,
My
how
nose starts
do
bleeding.
listen better?
Fuck, how are you only just now at half HP? I'm sorry, how much HP do you fucking have?
Madeline got that crit, which made her immune to it for a bit.
Yes, but still, that's
several
like...
sessions. I know.
She's taken like 20-something damage at least already. What the shit?
Yeah, that'd be about
38 HP.
I'm sorry, what? How much do you have?
38.
God fucking damn it. I know I'm a wizard, but...
Yeah, you're a bit behind because I'm on 40 as well.
Fucking
Madeline, you hear in your
D6
mind
hit die.
a direct answer to your question. It says, I'm not entirely sure, but my friends tell me the best way to do it is to keep your mind empty. To float along without a care in the world.
So Madeline will respond and then take a step back over that line there, but she'll say, "Thank you for the advice. I will relay this to my companions, and we shall attempt this conversation again. We shall be back shortly." And then she'll step backwards over the line.
Okay, that's good.
The party
Ara's
can
taunted.
tell she is somewhat worn out from this.
Yeah.
Would you care for a cure wounds?
Yes.
Only if you have it to spare.
Yes, I will
Oh.
cure Madeline.
Before that happens, I mean, you guys have a conversation. Madeline, you were on the forest side of the line. Everyone else was like a bit back, staring at you. I imagine. I know,
Mhm.
Horik, you were testing the line earlier, so.
Yeah.
But Callie and Lucira don't see this, but Madeline does because you're looking at the group. The path that you guys came through, you can see it open up a bit, like the trees and plants sort of move aside a little bit, so there's a 5-foot path. So it's
Okay.
easier to
okay.
walk back.
Oh, so it might. And
Okay.
although, okay, sorry, go on.
I was going to go back to Horik. You just test the line.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's straight or curved up. Like,
Sure. So what you saw on the map, the forest, the nosebleed forest, is rather large. So the angle of the circumference would be, or the angle of circumference, whatever, the angle of circumference, would be pretty large. You'd have to experiment quite a bit to find the shape of it.
okay.
Are you okay?
That's
Are you okay going like 50 feet?
Yes.
You're a rather intelligent fellow, right?
Yeah, moderately average.
I'll tell you what, just give me an intelligence check and then we'll work from there.
That should be fun. And check. Hey, big rolls today, guys.
The line probably follows the forest, more or less.
Yeah. All right. I will head back to the party.
So, sorry, Lucier was saying something about the forest opening up behind you.
Oh yeah, I was just theorizing that it does seem to actually be a benevolent thing. It is just harmful by its sheer existence, or at the very least, if it is opening up a path back. But
Wonder if we can ask it to open a path to the gold. Actually, don't say about the gold. Sorry, I don't know about that.
yes, is it just Madeline that knows about that?
It's just Madeline, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna pop a
Was it me or was it
heal.
Park? Oh, yeah, no, sorry, it was me.
It rooted around
Yeah.
Horik's mind to find
Yeah.
that gold was what you're seeking, more or less. I mean, it's just Horik is seeking gold. But the Horik was already out of bounds by the time that happened. So Madeline,
Yeah.
you're the only one that heard it.
Hey, Madeline, have a crit minimum healing.
Your nose stops bleeding, I think, right?
Yes, yeah, it stops bleeding.
Aha. Great success. Okay. So it seems as though that conversation took something out of you. Are you harmed?
Madeline just wipes the blood away with her arm and just goes, "Now we know why it is called the nosebleed forest."
It seems as though the scouts were fairly accurate, although I am quite wondering why they did not tell us about if they were there long enough to hear that voice. I wonder why they did not tell us about that. I think it would be something that would come up in the notes.
Wonder if perhaps he spoke of listening incorrectly. Perhaps they listened even worse.
Perhaps. What was the voice saying? I actually hear nothing over this side of the line. It seems as though there is a complete hard distance on it, but and she'll gesture towards like where the path opened up and it's like, although it seems the voice has a limit, it seems as though the whatever entity controls the forest further on just cannot speak further than that.
It claims to be the forest. And she'll kind of paraphrase the whole conversation.
Okay. Well, something of this power is probably not something to be. It's not something to be taken lightly. It may have gold from the river, but if the workers cannot gather it, it's mostly lost to us. But
If it was willing to share, could we ask it for a safe way to it?
I mean, if you paraphrase the entire conversation, it does not seem as though it is perhaps not exactly trying to hurt us, but its very presence causes harm, then there is little that can be done. I mean, if it really is the forest, then it will most certainly be impossible for it, or it will be very possible for even higher, strong wizards or anything of that nature to deal with. It is most definitely difficult to remove, and it will be harder if we cannot continue on. But you said that it's something about. It mentioned friends, yes? I
It
wonder.
referred to us as friends.
If it,
Perhaps it is just seeking friends and greets everyone as such.
but no, it mentioned its friends said that the safe way to speak to it is to empty their mind, no? If that is
Yeah.
the case, and it refers to us, and just to like us, the mortals, and Callie, I guess. Where do you stand on mortal? Anyway, different conversation for another time. Us to be friends, then perhaps there is others. I mean, again, someone had to have put up that line of totems. Possible that there are people within, but who knows? But if this forest truly is alive and conscious, then it could tell us a great many things. Perhaps it witnessed the battle to our north. Perhaps it could tell us of what has happened in this land. There is, but either way, in terms of a direction for our job for the group to gather, I doubt it will be easy to get to. If it caused this much harm simply from a couple minutes conversation, it will be impossible for any kind of long-term project to be undertaken here, even if it would be the more profitable direction.
The issue is that we gotta wander aimlessly into a forest to be able to pass without harm. If emptying your mind of thought and effectively conscience is the way to get to him, how do you not just get lost?
Who knows? But like I said, it seems as though it is a dead end for the project, but think of the knowledge it could hold. And actually, the Sarah will take a step into the area. Or, past the line, whatever.
Lucera's going to cross the lane.
Yes, the Sarah will cross the line, and we'll see what happens.
Crossing the lane.
Crossing the line.
You've crossed the line.
I've crossed the line now.
That's it. You've crossed the lane, guy.
Madeline will actually follow.
You're a loose cannon.
Wish I had a cannon.
You're a cannon.
Would come in real handy.
Loose
Turn
I
your
should have
blunderbuss
flamethrower.
badge.
Oh.
You're out of here.
There we go.
Oh, you guys going to the forest leaving?
Madeline does.
Lucera,
Lucera.
yeah, I want to go across the line. This thing. And I mean, do you want to just use that nat one I rolled earlier, or I don't mind because
No.
I wouldn't have
No.
rolled it otherwise.
No, it's been like 10 minutes, dude.
I mean, yeah, but I never went in the first. Well, I did for a very brief period, but
I'm not But I don't keep track of rolls that are like 20 minutes old or like 10 minutes
Okay.
old. It's fine.
Okay. You're sorry to the. I guess call out in her mind.
You
'cause-
step the line, it clicks in, and you're like, oh, I've connected.
Yep. I connected to the Wi-Fi. Understood.
You hear a router, a bunch of beeping, and
Oh shit! Dial up.
Dial-up tone.
dies immediately.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
quite psychic damage.
You step the line, and you hear you feel the click.
You, whatever you are, we are hearing wrong. I understand, but if you are the forest, then tell me, can you, what have you known about this area? There is something happened just to the north, and it seems to be an area of land that is encroaching into the forest. Can you tell me what has happened there?
Okay, yeah, give me the wisdom saving throw.
All right. Surely I can't natural one it twice in a row. No.
No, but
2d6 damage.
Okay. I'm sorry about that cough. I just didn't mean to do that into the mic.
That's all good. Your question was like,
well,
We're losing you. Speaking of dial-up.
He's paying like 200 a month for half a
Also-
megabit.
For the record, I am almost at a stage where my nose is bleeding. That's how few hit points I have.
get tough, Lord.
Fucking wish. I haven't been able to take a feat yet.
I just circle of spores and it starts, for some reason, destroying the bugs, the spores' brain instead of mine for a bit.
I've got 3 feet. That's how many feet I've got. Ah.
So, guys, what's it like to have like 40 HP already?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
How much do you have?
I'm 22.
Well, no, I meant like total.
Yeah, 22 total.
Fucking yes! I'm not the lowest. God, that's that's pretty rough. Yeah, that's rough, buddy.
Although, if I pop Symbiotic Entity, I get 16 temp HP.
Yeah, there you go. You get what, 2 uses of that per rest, I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so nice getting in it whenever we level up next.
Do I get a level 5?
I finally get an ability score improvement.
Let's see. No, 6th level, I get a zombie.
You can almost turn us into zombies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow.
Howdy.
Hi.
Okay, so Lucira, Foxy, can you repeat the question, please?
Cool. Yeah, that text has only just come through, by the way.
Yeah,
Um,
I said that. Yeah.
If you are the forest, then tell me, there is something that happened just above the northern borders, and it is cursed to the ground itself, which seems to be encroaching into the forest. Can you tell us what happened?
Hello?
Okay.
Hey, Sean.
We back?
Yeah, we're back.
Was that a response from him? It sounded like
Yeah,
yeah, we're still losing you, Ryan.
he's dead, Jim.
Yeah, so something about this sentence does not want to be said apparently. Whatever happened is so horrific, it's affecting his very internet.
Okay, are we good?
Yep, there we go.
Yes.
Cool. He says, I have eyes everywhere. Within my realm, I don't know what happened. Some bad stuff, though. Evil stuff. Had to change it. But I can't really do anything outside of my realm.
Oh.
Tell me, of the area that is within your realm that this land or this curse seems to be afflicting, is it like, can you still feel there? Do you know what is happening? Is it the land itself seemed barren? Is it still harming this forest as well, or? And it's gone again.
Yeah.
Bye.
It was a fun time, guys.
Easy, easy.
Wisdom save.
Another fail.
Nice. You're not a very wise guy.
No,
Probably
no.
even.
Bear in
Hey.
mind, when he's focused on you, it's 2d6, so you could take.
I'm
damage.
well aware, thank you.
Have you got 30 hit
Listen.
points?
Not even.
Oh my god.
Do you require a cure wounds?
Dude, all I'm saying is if it had been like the natural one, you take double damage, I would be in very real trouble now. Wait. Oh no, it's okay, yeah.
The answer is no. I have no idea how anything works. I'm just a tree.
Nobody here but us chickens.
Yeah, if you count yourself, that'd be hilarious.
Is some bullshit.
Still
Oh,
9.
yeah.
Absolute horseshit.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck
Cool.
the
I'm going to get the fuck out of that area now. My one question has been answered. And by that I mean not at all. And my nose is bleeding.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're asking a forest about like magic stuff. If I don't know.
I mean, listen, there's a necrotic land within the forest itself. If a part of me was rotting, I'd probably want to know about it.
Doesn't bother much.
Yes, that was the part that answered my question. But it's like, yeah, I'm gonna step out and I'll cure wounds myself.
Okay, have your own. Cool.
How close are you to dying?
10 HP.
You ask another question, you can probably live.
No, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm curing myself.
Your friends will drag you out.
Oh, there you go. 10 HP back. Cool. That's fuck me. That's literally more than a third of my hit points.
I just imagine Lucira as like Oliver Twist, versus like a little child with like a cough.
If that was the case, I would be role playing it fantastically because I've just got a fucking cough from last year.
A little French child had to work in the coal mines.
Lucira's pale enough for it. She is completely
Yeah.
pale.
Okay. We all done with the forest? I think we're done with the forest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, there's doesn't seem to be much we can really do about that. Considering if we're in it for 2 minutes, we die.
Yeah.
Considering what? Because
I
yeah,
mean, just stop asking direct questions.
even we're still taking
We still
1d6.
Yeah, I know.
With direct questions, we can try and get some information. But yeah, it didn't fucking.
I have faith that you guys can figure out how to get to the center of the forest.
And if we just stop him talking to us, that'd be
If we
fine.
burn the
Just
forest, the
let him
gold will be
talk.
fine.
Maybe if we plug our ears and only think about poodles. No? Okay. Worth a shot.
Let's say we've got
What
open our minds, but yeah, I still,
what if we just burn it down? Like the full thing?
I mean, I make the forest very mad.
Yeah, well, it only makes forest mad if you don't do a good job, because if you do a good enough job, it just burns the whole thing.
Who knows? I mean, yeah, perhaps, but if it is something this powerful, then it could still fight back if we tried such a thing. Either way, we should at the very least report what has gone on. But I'm still curious about those friends it mentioned earlier, the ones that told it.
What if it's just a forest and it means the friends are the animals that are within it? You know, the life that it sustains. If it's a tree talking to us, then it could be anything.
It could be, but if it is not, then if it is other humanoids.
Yeah.
Yeah, again.
DM, can I look around to see if I can notice any like human-ish, humanoid, bipedal? I suppose that'd be a little Welsh, but like non-gigantic bipedal track marks or indications that people live in there. Toilet runs or something like
It's
that.
gonna be a survival check.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll roll the survival check.
Want me to help?
It's about as good as my wisdom save. If anybody wants to, I mean, I can help someone. Someone can help me.
I have a trained and +7.
I will ask my good friend Callie if they want to help.
I will indeed help.
Yay! We do it better if we work together.
Roll it before I crash again.
Oh me?
Mine-
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was gonna get Callie to roll it. Yeah.
I can roll.
Oh, no.
Advantage because he's helping.
Yes.
Oh, good thing.
Not bad.
You find no tracks. Not only do you not find any tracks, your own tracks are disappearing.
Ah shit.
It's the forest.
I'm gonna cross over the line.
Okay.
Oh, holy forest. Could we please know if you have any human and / or humanoid friends? Are there any people living within your holy boughs?
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Green dragon.
4 damage, and work. You feel a pause, and then you hear in your mind it respond. Were you thinking about burning me down?
I'm a problem solver. I solve problems. Not being able to get to the center of you without getting my brain hemorrhaged could be a problem. We decided that was not a good idea. And then I'm gonna try and roll back behind the thing before he responds.
Tree falls.
Like thinking as I move.
Okay, so you take the 4 damage, and then you say that and slip away.
Hey, someone else might like to talk to that guy because I forgot that he can read my brain, and now he knows that I thought about burning the full thing down.
Okay. Any volunteers to go?
What do you want to ask him?
Also,
been...
I'm bleeding from my face.
I might have.
I'm not half health yet. Never mind.
Oh, fuck off!
I'd like to.
I take 2 interactions with him and I'm fucking half hit points. He's like on it. He's like taking 7 and he's like, but still not even half.
Can I make an attempt to empty my mind when he responds? What could I do to attempt that?
Well, what's your character's background that would lead you to be able to do that? I don't think you're like a Zen monk or anything like that.
Nope.
It's not just a thing that people can empty their mind for a few
Mm.
seconds, and then the mind starts working. So,
Would that be anything? Using
I know.
my focus for my spell casting to clear my mind of all thoughts while it responds, and then
I'm one with the Eldritch. The Eldritch is with me. I'm one with the Eldritch. The Eldritch is with me.
You just deflect the answer to Cthulhu.
Yeah, good question. Let me just let me get on to my boss.
yo patron.
God damn. I'm actually kind of actually it's complicated, but yes. I'll tell you what. I'll give you advantage on your next wisdom saving throw
Okay.
because you like
Okay.
prepared yourself before you went in.
Yeah, that is perfectly fine.
If only talks did
Um.
that.
So my question would be, Free Man of the Forest, you speak of friends, and you have spoken of others. Are there others still here? Are they like us, or are they different like yourself? Something more? And I will do my wisdom. God fucking damn it.
2d6, you only did 4. You hear in your mind, that little person was going to burn me down. Hit him, and I'll answer your questions.
Sold.
Madeline immediately with her glaive backhands the non-bladed end into Hark and like his gut.
Horik, do you dodge that, or you just... Okay, then, Madeline, we're doing PvP. Madeline, can you give me an attack roll, please?
Let's take it from my wallet. It's a mess.
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to hide.
So, everyone else in the party, Madeline attempted to hit Horik with no
Warning
explanation.
or conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Horik, so do we really need a
I
reason?
mean that's
I am
fine.
on
For one, you all want to hit Horik. Two,
Correct.
it's like some sort of mind reading thing that can get people's minds. Maybe Madeline's mind controlled.
Um,
I'm going to try and hide.
Madeline, did they ask you to do this?
Hey, she's gone crazy.
I hardly think wanting to hit you is crazy.
I may be unagreeable at times, but I'm part of this group. Trying to murder me is not exactly a sane thing. I say as I try and slink into like a bush.
Just one second. Har, can you come here for a second, please?
No.
He said no.
I
He
mean-
said no. He said no from over there. Also, he's hiding from the forest in the forest.
Horik immediately said that he was running away
Yeah.
and he's a stealthy rogue, and so I'm gonna, for 16 stealth, I'm gonna let him just like escape off into the forest.
I'm going to say words as I'm going. Like, you'll never find me. You can't. You'll never take me alive.
Just branches start dragging him back to us.
Ah, God damn it.
Yeah, we know.
Only
the
parts
forest.
of the forest are the forest. There's a line. There's vegetation behind that.
We'll get to Horik in a bit. Horik has disappeared into the trees.
So Madeline responds to the
Thank you.
party, just going, the forest, the tree man is offended that Horik would consider burning the forest down. He requested that we punish him.
Lucero will walk back in. I'm going to be at fucking half hit points again after this. I know it. Forgive this short one. He is stupid, really, and greedy. He feels that he will do a great deal for gold, but clearly it is not the better option. So we would never have allowed him to do such a thing. We simply wish to know more about traveling within, and if there are others more like us that have managed to avoid harm.
Lucifer, can you give me a wisdom saving throw, obviously? Horik, you're in the forest, quiet.
Flint and steak. Okay.
Okay, we're just gonna do that.
Yeah, go on.
7 damage. Lucifer, can you also give me a persuasion check?
Cool. Persuasion. I am not particularly charismatic. I would like to use my inspiration for it, though.
I am persuasive.
I know, and he has whatever. Boom. Fucking goddamn it. 11.
You hear in response, he is not allowed to enter my forest until he apologizes properly. But the other ones of you are fine. We're friends.
Didn't
Is that
actually answer my
generally or
question.
just?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm juggling with a bunch of stuff. Did I miss something that you asked a question for?
Oh yeah, I was just apologizing for him, but then saying like, we were just curious about if there were other people like
Oh, okay. I'm
us.
sorry.
But
I missed that part.
Okay.
But yeah, there are other people here. They're their own thing. They're not like me, but they help me be like I am. They're friendly like I am.
Okay. Oh, I am actually at a. Oh wait, no, 2d6 damage. I could technically not.
If you pull over, they'll just pull you out. You're fine.
I know, but still, I don't want to go back at 1 HP. I mean, okay, like,
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the forest says they're friendly. I don't think they're a threat, so I'm just gonna like nod appreciatively, not ask a question, and then back out again.
Oh.
It seems as though there are, in fact, people within the forest, but whatever the spirit at least seems to believe they are friendly, and therefore they would not be a threat towards the group if the camp were to be out there.
Did he say friendly to everyone or friendly to the forest?
You just said they're friendly.
Well,
yeah, I completely get where you're coming from. I'm not taking another 2d6 damage to ask that question though. So feel free if you want to.
I'll give you cure wounds.
Thank you. You can kill wounds a lot better than I can.
Here, have 13.
That almost fully heals me.
Cal's the best.
There you go.
He is the best healer.
Just getting sad at this point.
It really is. Like,
Lucira steps in the circle for 2 rounds, almost dies, steps out, gets healed to full health, steps back in the circle for 2 rounds.
I know.
That's like a quarter of my health.
I think you're gonna need a nap after this, Lucira.
I'm okay. I've got 1 HP and I'm down 1 spell slot. Probably at this point been more taxing on Kelly.
I've already used 2 spell slots.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
came so close to death that I would assume that you're not just bleeding from the nose anymore. There's like ear blood, probably.
I was at 10 HP the first time, then it went back up to 20, then took 7 to 13. Yeah, I was down at 10 HP at my lowest.
You got to within 1 roll of death.
Yeah, I could have been.
It's just reoccurring in rapid succession concussions to the brain. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, concussions are really easy and never lead to any long-term problems.
Dude. Yeah, this character will not survive long enough for those long-term problems to become an issue. So, like, I mean, have you seen Ryan? He keeps critting me out of existence.
Your brain has been damaged so much that you now require actual sleep.
They lose elf trance.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so we've got some information. If other people want to ask anything,
Do you want me to go over the information you guys already have?
this forest is very dangerous. It's painful, and that there does seem to be people or humanoids, at least, within the forest.
Its influence doesn't seem to expand past the forest. It doesn't seem to have much self-control, so like can't really stop talking that much. Recommended listening better or
worse or less.
Or emptying your mind. And yeah, and gold. There's gold too. He likes
Oh,
gold.
oh, I just had an idea. It's really dumb. Probably not work, but potentially.
Voice it. Voice it.
Well, I'm assuming the river flows down through the forest, correct?
Oh.
Yes, it does. It flows right to the heart of it.
I bet you wouldn't take damage if you were asleep while you floated down.
He did mention floating.
Yeah,
So empty your head and just float on.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't want to go to sleep on a fucking.
hey, what if he doesn't have any influence on the river? That would be fantastic because it's not. It's technically not. It's arguably not part of the forest. I mean, I don't fucking no. There's so many ways it could be, but God, my brain hurts thinking about it.
I just
So-
realized
But
I've also got this along with this.
yeah,
So I could put myself into a meditative trance.
that's a good point. And
Yeah, trance is. I think trance and sleeping have the same like level of empty mind.
yeah, so if it doesn't affect you while we sleep, the two of us could go on a trance, and go float down the river and just wake up in the middle of the fucking forest.
Yeah.
That sounds
Worth
like
a shot.
that sounds like a horrific plan.
Sounds perfect.
Sounds rather relaxing to me.
Yeah, it does. But where do we come out after that?
Hey, look, I think that's a great plan. So
either-
long as you leave
either-
all of your valuables with us beforehand.
What
Yeah.
valuables? You stole my only valuable.
Anything you don't know that. Anything you've got.
You ran off into the forest. You don't know anything about this place.
Yep. This is
God.
Sean talking. Can't you tell by the accent difference?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, don't think Lucera particularly needs to go in there again. But if there's any other questions people have,
I don't.
well then, perhaps it is best that we report back to the Pharaoh. See that perhaps it is best to avoid this forest.
Sounds good to me. So we take the exit provided
Yes,
for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, assuming it is in fact the exit and doesn't lead us somewhere else.
You can see the planes
Okay.
at the end of the.
Good.
You're not that far in. Yeah, you guys walking, no problem. Get to the end of it. The planes are in front of you. The forest is behind you. Horik,
That's me.
give me a dex saving throw if you would. You can use any sort of you can use any sort of roguish bullshit that you have as part of your class.
I don't have any roguish bullshit yet, but I'm going to use an inspiration.
I thought rogues had a ton of roguish bullshit.
Not,
We do, but no.
it's not at level 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right.
Oh,
Oh,
nag
well, there's some roguish bullshit.
As you run, the forest itself tries to like grasp you and get a hold of you, and like tree even like falls over to try and get in your way or crush you. You just dodge it. Fast feet, they can't get a hold of you. You're unstoppable. They can't touch you, and you just burst through the forest. You're out in the plains.
I really fucking hate that guy. I'm gonna look around to see if I can find enough friends.
Directly into the dead zone.
Yeah, you can see the rest of your party off. You see them right over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now circle back around. So, did you guys manage to get anything off that fort? Are we really accepting that we tagged a forest?
Is that really what you're hung up on right now?
We
Yeah,
are
it's like trees. The trees don't usually talk.
fuck the trees. Anyway, forest man to be specific.
Or tree man, isn't tree man?
Tree man of the forest, wasn't it?
Yeah, tree man of the forest.
Let me write that down as a character, tree man of the forest.
Yep, very important to remember that.
You guys think that a guy banged the tree in there?
Is it like capital T, M, and F, or is it like is it all the names? So it's like all capitalized, or
Well, you can't talk quietly, so it's all capitals.
it's all with exclamation mark.
There it is. Middle name.
Off dies the middle
Tree
name.
of the forest.
All right, cool. So it seems as though that is it does seem as though that is people or humanoids, something like us living within the forest. He's mentioned that. Well, I say he, the forest, the voice mentioned they are friendly, but it seems as though they do not like to wander out of the forest. So the campsite should be safe. Oh, and also you are apparently not allowed back within the forest until you properly apologize. She'll just give like a shrug as if like, I'm just relaying information here.
I've never apologized in my tiny little life, and I'm not starting now.
Well, I can. That's what
I maintain that burning that thing down is one of the primary solutions to the problem of not being able to get to the gold. I mean, to be able to get to the middle of it to find out what's going on.
With the gold.
Well, where the gold may or may not reside.
Yeah.
I've also smoked 20 packets of cigarettes whilst I was running through the forest.
There was something different about your voice. But whatever it is, it may not be possible for if the campsite were to become larger, then it might be difficult to get to the center. If
we are searching out places that we think we should establish, I'm going to say no to the campsite next to the river that leads down to a terrible forest, or the dead plains of dead people. This seems a lot more questionable than the last place we were, where most of the inhabitants were dead or either in the throes of undeath but unable to awake.
Perhaps, but yes, I mean, it depends how much there is to be found. If there's still much gold in the river, then I expect people will still want the city here, or the settlement here, as that would be the greatest product. But that is their choice. Anyway, either way, it does not seem to be a threat in this direction, and there's some not one we can easily remove. But we should report back anyway.
The threat is enigmatic and static. It won't follow us if we will go another direction.
Correct. Seems as though if we leave the forest alone, then... And besides, we have no idea how much gold there is in the... Actually, wait, no, did they first mention how much... Did they say, like, lots of gold or something, or...
He likes collecting it.
Yeah, but that doesn't give us, like, an amount.
I mean, the dude's been here a while.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We don't, like, know if there's a lot. So it could be, okay, we've lost 35 men, we've done all this, and, there's, like, a small amount of gold. Without information, we can't go for it. Yeah. Yeah, I believe we should report back to Pharaoh.
I agree.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's return.
Okay, sounds good, guys. You go back to the base. You see that Melindrak has disappeared off somewhere. You don't know where. The zombies with him. You see Pharaoh still... he's like overwatching the Durgar, and the Durgar are not having a good time. They're mostly just up to their like waist in water, digging through stuff. Some of them are like panning. They're doing their stuff. Yeah, Pharaoh's right there.
Okay.
Well, we have been to the forest, and I believe the scouts have it well named. I would much rather avoid that. It would be best if the forest were avoided, at least for the time being.
Okay. It's unfortunate. It looks like a nice forest, but some
There,
places you just shouldn't go.
there is an entity there that claims to be both the forest, which we saw the forest being manipulated, and communicates psychically. However, it does cause some issues, some emotions to the two that have gotten nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Oh. Some sort of powerful fae thing, maybe.
Perhaps
That's the best theory we have.
It seems to have some kind of connection to the forest, and it is does cause great harm to those it communicates with. I mean, if 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 we were to travel further, we were only moving. Well, sorry, there is a certain line within the forest that it communicates. We only reached a couple of feet within. We could delve no further, or we would risk causing further harm to ourselves. It seems to be not something easily dealt with, at the least.
Probably best
Okay.
we consider it as an already claimed territory by a native. Move on.
Yes, it mentioned that it might be best to be on watch at night, though. It did mention that there are others more like us, so perhaps humanoids, people living within. They have clearly found a way to avoid whatever it is, but the entities said that they were friendly and not likely to venture outside the forest, but it would be best to keep on watch tonight just in case.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it's staying in the forest, or at least it's stuck. You said there's a specific line. That's a bit odd, but I mean that makes me think it's not going to cross that line.
No, it does not seem. It does not seem to have any knowledge at all on what happens outside of the forest as well. It is not the entity itself that would fear to come out of the forest. It is these people or whatever they are.
Okay.
If
we'll keep we'll just keep extra watch then.
that might be for the best. It is unlikely that they will, but it is a possibility.
How long are we planning on staying in this particular camp?
Well, it depends on how interesting it is. Probably just another night and then head out tomorrow morning. We're having pretty good luck with the ore. No real signs of gold, but they're working on the gold part. Yeah, probably by tomorrow night or tomorrow morning we'll head out.
Okay, so the guy just kind of looks around to the others. Do we need an hour before heading up north?
I could take a couple of minutes to get back to full. My head still hurts.
Melendrek headed up north a bit earlier. He took one of the Durgar with him.
Fucking okay, let's go.
Well, no, I mean, he is
problematic.
No, actually, well, he can be.
I mean,
everyone can be problematic, but he can take care of himself, especially if he has his buddy with him. And he has his 4 zombies. He's not going to get picked off by a lion or something.
He might require some assistance in surveying if he found something relatively large.
Okay. No, I'm going to leave it up to your judgment. I think he'll be fine, but you guys, yeah, you can go.
Well, that is it may be difficult to find him as well, but it could be worth a look.
We also just want to go out there and check for ourselves, I suppose.
Well, more eyes
better than one.
Yeah. Go on ahead. And if Pharaoh just
rest
points you in the direction.
We short rest and then follow the river.
Yes.
He didn't follow the river. Melendrek headed north. The river headed.
Oh, sorry. Like
he had a dead north.
Okay.
He had a dead north. Yeah. He said he wanted to go. He said he wanted to go into the hills. Felt something.
Ooh.
I don't know. He's a big archaeology sort of person, and he has these feelings. I don't know, magic stuff.
North is in this way? Oh, that's right.
Is that north?
The north isn't dead north.
That's north.
Yeah.
not northeast.
I mean, we could wait an hour. If people want to spend their hit die. Which
Yeah,
I'll
I'll spend some head down.
I'll spend a hit die.
cool, so we are short resting then.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's me at 30. You can only use
Okay.
half your hit die on a short rest, right?
No, I think you can do as many as you want. The original rule is that a long rest only gives you back half your hit die, but everyone has rules that give you back your all your hit die.
Should I use one more?
Are you likely to use them otherwise?
God damn it. I am 1 point away from being full.
But wait.
Not time to use another. It's not as if I have a spell that lets you roll.
Wait. What's the limits on halfling luck?
Oh, shit, yeah!
Is it specific on what you can do it, or is it if
No, it just says any. Oh no!
Any D20.
When you roll a one attack, when you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll.
Okay, so
Well,
yeah, no.
Also, if you
Okay,
run
you
into
could not do this.
trouble, if you run into trouble, I do have Wither and Bloom, which does use your hit die for healing, so just keep that in mind.
So that applies to initiative though, then, right? Because it's an ability check.
It's up in the air whether it actually counts as an ability check. Some people say it does, some people say it doesn't.
I would
I
say
thought it,
no, but that's just me.
Can you guys hear me?
I
Yeah.
thought it was like pretty much considered an ability. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of the stuff I've watched the critical rolls off of that, like
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a case of some. It's not entirely
a
clear.
home rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it is
A home interpretation, I suppose.
Yeah, because it's a check that does use your dexterity, but it's also not a dexterity check.
It is not a skill, it is not a character, as a check.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah,
weird.
but a skill check and an ability check are two different things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's not a skill check, it's not an ability check. It's an initiative roll.
Also,
but-
wait, sorry. What did you say? Didn't you? Was it not skill check, attack roll, saving throw,
An ability check.
and ability check? I guess,
Ability check, saving throw, and attack roll.
oh, okay. I guess it's up to Ryan then. If he wants to count it as a skill check or
Can
Cool.
you? What is a skill check?
A skill check is where you use one of your skills, as in survival, stealth, blah blah blah. I don't know what an ability check is
Is your main stat strength?
because Jeremy Crawford ruled that an initiative roll is an ability check.
No? Well,
No.
if he
Well-
if he rolled that, if he claimed that, then I suppose that's compelling evidence.
that's as close as to compelling evidence. Yeah, we were debating
there's
whether initiative
no-
counts.
There's apparently no such thing as a skill check in the game. There are only ability checks, of which skill checks are a subset of. Weird.
But luck,
Yeah.
the actual wording as written from the player's handbook for Lucky of the Halfling is when you roll a 1 in an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So it's not.
Okay.
It doesn't cover skill checks. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so it's an ability check, but we were debating on whether initiative counts as an ability check.
Jeremy Crawford has said.
God,
It's-
we've gone off topic real quick here.
Yeah, I'm keeping the
my
rule of a
mind.
1 for the hit dice.
Going-
But we're
Yeah.
heading north. We're off
We're
to
going
find the
north.
necromancer.
We're
The
the
one
northern
necromancer that runs with us. Yeah.
Dalbaz.
As I lose
Hard
my
to find
mind.
out. So.
Okay, there we go. That's not a PNG. God damn it, they lied to me.
What
Fake
do you
PNG
need?
all the fucking
It's a
time.
fake
Like PNG has lied to me again.
That fucking bastard. Anyways. Sit up. Okay, so you guys are headed north.
Mhm.
After a short rest. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Same as before. It was like a loose group. You guys walk over a couple of hills. It's pretty easy to follow the path because it's a tall grass, so it's like someone stepped on it. It's pretty easy to follow it through. After about 15 minutes or so of walking, you go up a hill, down a hill, up a hill, down a hill, up a hill. You can see that there is a monolith site, like Stonehenge, on top of one of these hills in front of you. You don't see it till you crest it over. But you can see several figures about this henge. Henge? Is that the right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Henge. Of the rest of your party, the Melindrak and Durgar and a couple of zombies. And the Durgar seems pretty bored. Melindrak has his hand on one of the stones, is looking at it very closely.
Is he cackling with evil glee?
Nope.
Okay, well, cool. Hey guys, we're good.
Well, it certainly seems as though we have found them. But I mean,
Have they noticed us?
I think the Durgar probably would, because he's just sitting there
Balls.
bored and he
Okay.
sees he waves.
Hey, old friends. What is this?
It is a pile of rocks.
Nice.
Don't know much more than that. Someone
Are
put it here
they-
for some reason. I don't know. It's not really defensive. It's just some sort of thing.
Could they be grave cairns? Do you think there's anything buried under them? We could rob and we could excavate them.
Maybe, but it's pretty old. Anything you find in the ground is probably gonna be some trash. And
Yeah, and I can sell
people
trash.
who are wealthy enough to actually bury themselves with nice stuff like gold and jewels and fancy magical stuff. I mean, they don't build their stuff like this. And he just like points at one of the monoliths that fell over.
Yeah, but if it's ancient enough, the people could have been barbarians. They can still have magic.
Uh-huh. Well, okay. I mean, good luck finding them. Go
Are the
ahead.
obli-
I'm not
are
gonna
the-
stop you.
are the obelisks like just carved stone?
It's very much like Stonehenge. It's roughly carved stone.
Cool.
They look like they're arranged in a circular pattern, intentionally. They're very heavy. They're very, very, very weathered though.
Yeah.
Even Melindrak is like examining some of them. There is a I think Stonehenge has the same sort of thing where it has like an altar in the center.
Yeah, that's
I
it. Budget on it.
I could not tell you.
Yeah, okay, it has a
Stonehenge as a burial site.
Is it?
Yep.
Huh. Neat. I actually didn't know that.
yeah, it has some sort of like altar thing at the center.
Cool.
Madeline would like to approach Malandrak, just kind of see what he's studying.
He's gonna look over to you. Melindrak doesn't like talk that much, honestly. Melindrak looks over to you, looks at the stone, just like points at some part of this one of the massive stones, and you can see some very weathered writing.
Can I make out what it is, or do I recognize the writing?
It's hard. It's so weathered. It's hard to tell what the actual meaning was. What's your not Elvish? What's your other language?
Umbral.
Umbral. Thank you. It's Umbral.
Okay.
You noticed like some of the general like impressions of words, but it's so weathered you can't tell much about it.
Okay. I'll say to Malandrak, it is written in Umbral.
Yes, I'm familiar. Passingly, not fluent.
The writing is difficult to make out, as I'm sure you can tell, but there's a couple of phrases here and there, words broken. That's hard to discern what it is.
I can't make out any of this site. The words are the purpose. It has an altar.
Would I have any sort of general knowledge about what this sort of site would be used for? I've got a history roll.
You don't even need to roll. It's a blood altar.
Okay.
It looks
You have-
similar to the one.
You have my attention.
It looks similar to the one that you. You remember your episode 1? You guys were stuck in the shower room, and then you teleported out of there onto a altar that was substantially weathered. It was like that. This is one of those.
Okay.
Wasn't this one where it was like it had the like collection area or the blood pool or essentially?
Yep. Carvings
the original one that was in the Shadow Realm had that collection thing.
Yeah.
This one doesn't seem to have that.
Okay, so because we've seen a blood altar here, and we saw a blood. We saw a blood altar in the Shadow Realm, and we saw a blood altar, or what we think might be a blood altar.
Okay, so you guys saw. You're up here. You saw a blood altar.
Where
in
in
the
the
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, in the Platinum Shadows, and then we saw
You
one.
saw
brought
one.
us out, like,
You saw one on the coast where you teleported to.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Yeah.
And then
they thought they reached.
the Vampire City town had something similar to it.
Okay.
It had its own like blood altar, but it seemed different.
Okay, so here's some blood altar. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm remembering from session 0. But where I picked up this rune of transportation, it didn't actually activate with the blood altar itself. It was.
I don't think it was a ring. It was a stone. It was a rune, not a ring.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rune. Sorry, I said rune.
Yeah.
I've just got it as rune of transportation. So yeah, it didn't actually activate with the altar itself, did it? It activated somewhere else after consuming the blood.
There was a like a gateway sort of thing that we set.
Yes.
Yes. The blood had already pooled from a sacrifice that had happened at the blood altar. The stone absorbed the blood and opened 2 gateways.
Right. Okay. So it wasn't, but
Does this area look anything like one of the areas we saw through the gateway?
Not. I mean, one of the areas you saw across
was
the gateway
underwater, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it
one was
was.
underwater, and the other one was the one that you that was on the coast over here.
Do you think there's one in the ocean as well? Then a blood altar?
I mean, perhaps.
I mean, that's for another time, but
Yeah, it could have been in a city or settlement or whatever, or it could be in a location that wasn't originally underwater but has since been flooded.
but yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Perhaps, but so yeah, it did. So if it didn't interact with the blood altar itself, it reacted to consuming a large amount of blood. I mean, and we do have a spare dwarf here. I mean, I'm just saying.
Zombies are technically full of blood.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No, they're
Yeah,
not.
they're still flesh and blood, but they can be in
The
various
blood does
states
not
together.
last that long.
Yeah.
The blood is congealed, and
I'm fairly sure I detoxed from all that stuff a few years ago.
detox from blood.
I mean,
Just has
Yeah.
swamp water sloshing around in there. That's it.
It's a good point, though.
Fluid.
I mean, if it didn't interact with the altar itself, it interacts with the blood and a significant amount of blood. Not like I now realize I should probably make some more checks on this rune and see if I can figure out more of how this works rather than guessworking it. But that's for the future. If you can, sorry, speaking to Madeline. Sorry, did we establish that if there's anything he can make out, or is it too faded?
It is far too faded.
Okay, cool. Sorry. So is it in the same style as when we found in the Vampire City settlement? I mean, that one has statues looking at it.
We're talking elegant vampire based blood altar versus
but like
tribal out in the middle of nowhere, weathered. It's an altar. That's about the only thing that has like there's no statues here.
This could be like a cultural thing for the region where the vampire lords set this up and they have big fancy altars, and then out in the sticks they just have whatever they cobble together to follow in the tradition, sort of thing.
That would make sense. But if there was to be a temple or an altar out here, that means there must be something of significance nearby, to whether that be an old settlement or town or something.
Could anyone have Arcana? Can you give me an Arcana check, please? If you have proficiency in it.
Absolutely, I can try. Acceptable.
Okay. Both those chips are good enough. Just because it looks simple doesn't mean it is simple. It might have been more grandiose at some point in time, weathered down, but this is perfectly functional as a focusing site or a nexus or whatever phrase you want to use for it. Stuff like this is built pretty sturdy, magically speaking. Like they bothered putting up the massive stones, and there's no reason to think this place is not functioning still. Maybe not functioning as well, but
Yes, but okay. So it's still functional, but again, if there's going to be an altar or whatever there is here, it means there must be something nearby.
Mhm.
You wouldn't just have an altar in the middle of Bufu fucking nowhere.
No, you can deduce that.
So like, if there is an altar here, then there must be something of relevance nearby. But I mean, she's just to sort of exaggerate her point. She's just going to look around to sort of be like, it could be sort of anywhere here. I mean, are there like, because how hilly are we talking? Like hilly or mountainous or anything, or is it like literally just rolling hills?
Rolling hills.
Fuck.
It's hard to see like 2 hills over.
Okay, so yeah, it's. I mean, it could. So we know there are settlements. In fact, almost all the settlements we've found have been underground. Shit.
Yeah.
If that's the case, there must be an entrance nearby, or nearby, relatively.
Or we might have to make one.
Indeed, but if we have no idea where to start making this hole, then it would be difficult.
Can I start like pressing on the ground again with my foot to see if there's anything hollow?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check, please.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Huh, 22.
22.
Then let me know if I succeed. I used one of them earlier for sneak, but I think that succeeded, so I'll knock it off. Yeah, let me know if we succeed or not.
Sure thing. Please just give me a moment here to figure out how to best represent this.
Those psychic dice are really good because you only lose them if you actually succeed on the check.
Yeah, they're really good on that.
Yeah.
It means you never waste them.
Yeah.
You stomp around and you poke the ground and all that. You have the similar thing to what happened with the fortress, where at some point your foot just goes through the ground, and you have that familiar feeling of wooden
Deja vu.
Yeah, grown over with grass and.
Do you want me to make a dex to stop from falling through it?
No, it's the same thing as before, where it's like your foot goes down 6 inches, there's a stair there.
You guys, I think I did it again.
You do seem to have a knack for this. I knew there was a reason to kept you around.
I don't like to boast, but I smell items. And he starts like clawing away. Not because he's not packed a shovel. I spent a long time looking through my inventory to see if I have a shovel.
Yeah, at what time does the ground collapse from underneath them?
Just like raking it away with my crowbar.
Yeah. Is it actually a trapdoor mimic?
The hill is a mimic.
The whole hill is a mimic.
You say that, but
I think we're gonna take a 10-minute break there. We're about halfway through.
Sure.
I think someone's mic connection might be loose.
It's toxic.
Yeah, give me a start.
Sorry.
I'm so
not as
glad I
bad
did
as
that.
last
Dirt
week.
from under part. It just falls.
Yeah. I would like to use shape rock to remove the dirt from under Horvick.
I was checking to see if I had a spell like that.
Cheers. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Anyways, let's do D&D, guys.
Well,
Yeah.
I think
You're
we'll
here?
You might be missing.
Where's
Oh,
where's
no, let's shit talk
Dara?
some more then. That's fine.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
I've just been quietly listening to all this law stuff. Trying not to indict myself.
I'm going to stay silent. I have the right to remain silent.
Oakley dokley. Yeah, sure. You guys How to say? Okay. Hork kicks in the old hatch, I guess hatch, overgrown with grass. It's very muddy, very wet. And you can see below you a staircase leading downwards made of stone, similar to what you've seen before at that dungeon. Not very big down there. It's kind of like one person at a time. Who would like to go first?
I don't have dark vision. This is the thing.
I
Otherwise, I
will
would go first.
light a torch. I will go down first.
No one here is colorblind, right?
Dark vision gives
In real life,
colorblindness,
life.
basically.
Oh,
Players.
I am not
Players.
colorblind.
I am not
Okay, good.
colorblind. I'm just wondering why everything's the same color.
I'm not colorblind. I am fully blind.
I'm gonna just draw out the map like this, if that's okay, guys.
Sure.
And then we'll just have staircase. There is a left turn. Boop. And a right turn. Boop. And there is, let me stretch it out a little bit more. And then this hallway continues down for a little bit. It's like 5 feet or so. And you can see when you get, sorry, who's going first?
I'll go first with a torch.
Second.
I guess Goth Caster Bitch will make up the back row.
I can bring up the rear.
Oh, I dragged him twice.
Kali, Harak. Madeline is here.
Oh no, we can't fucking deal
Neither
with one.
two of me.
We can't deal with one Horik, let alone we don't want a second.
One of the players is a mimic. Can you guess which one?
Well, we'll stab Horik to be sure, regardless.
Stab him twice, just to be.
Oh no, we find out this person's the mimic. Stab Horik just to be safe.
You
Tried
come
once
down-
and you failed.
You come down to this stairway here, and you see on your left hand is a iron gate, and on your right is an iron gate, and in front of you is a pile of rubbish.
I would like to search the rubbish for valuable things.
I was going to make a joke about it, but
when you say rubbish, do you mean like rubble?
Old like wooden furniture that's gone away in like a rat's nest and stuff like that.
oh
Or
fuck
give me
yeah,
an
we can furnish
investigation.
things.
Hell yeah, I can find firewood.
Or give me an
Investigation.
investigation check, please.
It's an 8.
Find a rat. There's a rat.
Ah!
You have a rat in your hands.
Can I crush its neck?
Yes.
No, can I make it a friend?
Oh,
I have rat.
Or
I'm
it
gonna
has
take
a
that as a
dead rat.
ration.
I was gonna say,
A
I was gonna say you have
ration.
rations.
Pork has a dead rat in his hands, and you're all just staring at him. You don't know how this happened.
Did you?
How did this
Was it-
happen to him?
Yeah, I gathered some food and I just put it in my backpack.
Yeah.
Have you always enjoyed just harming small animals, or is this a new thing for
Yeah,
you?
pretty much. Whenever I
Okay.
hurt something smaller than me, it's quite a rare occurrence, so I take it.
I see. I say, taking a step away from Harak.
Wow,
I'm gonna
you're
try.
bigger than him.
Can we see locks on any of these doors?
Yep. Just
Gateways.
old rusted locks. Very rusted locks.
I can try and bust both, bust one.
Let's go left first.
That reminds me, what happened to Malandrak?
Oh, he's staring at you guys from up top.
Oh,
Yeah.
I try and use.
He's right there. He's just not going down the stairs.
are you going to join us, or would you?
I can't see in the dark, and it seems kind of dangerous down there. And
There's a torch.
Don't you have zombies?
I mean, yes, I
What
have
do the zombies do?
If you guys
Can they
really want
not
me-
see in the dark?
if you guys really want me to come down there with my zombies, I will. I just don't want to.
If
I think we're fine for the
we-
moment.
we can handle
Okay.
ourselves. If you wish to
What-
report back to Pharaoh, then
What is the point of standing up the top, touching all the rocks when the actual thing's down here?
I can go in after you've cleared it.
That is very good. Yeah, okay. I get back to trying to pick one of the logs.
Yep.
Sure thing.
let's see.
Give me what's the
Thieves'
frickin'
tools.
one? Yeah, thieves tools. Thank you.
Oh,
wait.
fuck your guys, I'm a halfling, bitches.
Wait,
It is stuck.
can you do it? Can you do it with tool checks? Well, I guess it is still a skill check, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ability.
Ability check, yeah.
Dex. It's a 20.
God damn it.
God,
Was-
you picked
God,
the fucking
I'm
best
lucky,
race.
lucky.
I need to
It's
kill this
the
halfling.
best race ever for you.
I need to kill this halfling.
just Ryan bans halflings.
He's juggling it and he goes, "Oh no, I broke it." Just kidding. And takes the wolf.
Give it a little slap, it opens up. Okay.
What the
yeah,
fans?
yeah, there's a click and the door opens. And
Brian's like, "I wish I could make this a 25 lockback." Is there any merit to? Do you guys think we should open both of them or just?
One at
Take
a
one back.
time. We don't want anything. If there is something down here, we don't want it sneaking up on us from behind.
All right.
Remind me,
No
what
problem.
is it? What sort of style is the cave corridor in?
it's not really much of any style. It's pretty utilitarian. It's
Kind of like the background.
The style of walkable.
it's really eroded away, even more so than the barracks fort thing you guys found earlier. This place is
Oh.
even more fucked up.
Can we see any umbral in the walls or anything like that? I don't know.
Well, that was
no.
only a specific part of the vampire settlement, wasn't it?
But there was umbral on the stones above us.
Oh yeah, sorry.
There's-
The
Umbral stones above you. There's none here.
I mean, I can read.
You continue on down the hallway,
Yes,
Just
sir.
and you can see. Actually, this extends quite a bit. You can see that there are. Where the fuck are you? Good enough. That there are 3 doors along the side of the hallway, and there is a doorway at the end of the hallway as well.
are the doors like in the picture where they're basically just iron bars, or are they like proper actual doors?
They look like iron bars.
Oh, so we can like if we walk down, we can just look into them.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do red for doors.
Sure.
Let's
Well,
look into the first one.
Yeah, let's wander past and see what's inside.
Okay.
What's
You want
behind
past the
door
first
number one?
Door number 1 contains a corpse.
Yummy.
It looks like some sort of jail cell. It's very small. It's this size. It's like 5 foot by 10 foot. And you just see just a pile of bone shards.
Yeah,
Um,
just
Barely a corpse, but a corpse.
technically a corpse. Like you said, a collection of
And then-
bones. Corpse.
Behind door number 2 is a corpse. Same
I
thing.
see.
Door number 3 is not a corpse. Well, it's a corpse, but it's also not a corpse. You go to door number 3 and you see that this thing is fully, or it's dead. It's a corpse, but it's not eroded away. And you can see it sitting in the corner, not moving whatsoever. And as you stare at it for a second, like this thing is different than the others. You can see an entity, a spirit, move out of the corpse from the sitting position the corpse is in, and an entity comes loose from it, ghost-like, and you can see it hovering towards the bars. What would you guys like to do?
I would immediately like to put my hand on the possibly cursed sword and just begin to unwrap it. But I'm not going to be openly hostile just yet. Like, I guess, ready
The
action.
sword glows bright blue.
Yeah.
As the ghost. And the ghost moves towards you, and the bars stop it. It wraps it like it reaches out for you, and its hand can't go past the bars, and it wraps its hand around the bars with its fingers, and you just see it staring at you.
Interesting. It seems as though whatever these bars are made of, it seems that they make corporeal what is incorporeal normally.
Hmm.
Do you think we can find out what kind of ore they're made from?
Possibly, but I mean, you said they just look like iron, don't they? I mean,
Yeah, they just look like iron.
yeah,
They're pretty rusted, honestly.
possibly.
There's no etchings or anything in them, is there?
Do you want to get close enough to look?
I mean, we can look at the other two.
Yeah, I'll look at the ones where the dead people are. Not the dead people who's also live people, but the dead people who are definitely dead people.
The one without the room without spirits in, but
The one where you can't attack me through the bars, Ryan, you dick.
Yeah, I know.
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming let's have a closer look at the bars with the ghost, but making sure she's still definitely out of reach of the ghost.
Okay, so you take a closer look at this thing. Quark, you can see that they're iron bars, yes, but they do have an inline of silver to them. They have like not, I guess etched, but like not fancy etched, just like a line. Someone etched in a line of silver into the bars here.
Might be infused with some kind of silver.
Does silver interact with ghosts in any way?
I have no idea. I'm not very magical.
Oh, this is me. This is me asking because I
I have no idea. I'm not very magical.
This might be something Lucera might know. Well,
The player, or right?
yeah,
So,
like
okay, silver,
Okay,
yes, silver interacts with undead in strange ways.
oh, okay.
Also, this might be 3.5 talking, but also cold iron. I don't know
Cold
if that's a thing in fifth.
Cold iron is fey.
Yeah, cold iron space, silver is. That's right. Well, I thought cold iron. I thought.
I mean,
you're right. It's demons and fey. It's demons and fey. But
Yeah.
no, silver and undead. They interact. Silver can bypass undead resistances a lot.
Yeah, because that's how you hurt werewolves and all that. Does it also
know
have vampires?
It's also undead.
Oh, neat. Didn't know it was undead.
It's like the cheapest way to bypass non-magical resistances.
Neat. I thought incorporeal was always pure magic. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And very this because we could see the sword was silver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The sword I have.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, you had
silver
it on,
and
yeah.
plus some kind of enchantment.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, interesting. It seems as though whatever they have here, they were most definitely prepared to hold back the undead.
Oh yeah, here it is. Monsters that have immunity or resistance to non-magic weapons are susceptible to silver weapons.
Oh, well, shit.
It's the
That's
cheapest.
wicked.
It's the cheapest way to turn your sword into a sword that can hit things.
I
Yeah.
tape a silver coin to a hammer.
I mean, yeah. Can Callie even hold silver? No.
Well, I mean, you want to hand it to her again because we already did that experiment.
No. I meant like a silver coin.
Yeah.
Callie can only deal in gold and copper.
So here's the thing: it's not silver weapons; it's silvered weapons. I don't know what the fuck the difference is. I imagine there's some sort of activation with forging or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, so the majority of a silver coin isn't really going to be silver. is
Yeah,
it?
that's fine. Well, wait. Okay. Anyway, back to the matter of the hand. So
Wait. No, wait. Callie isn't affected by silver things at all. Callie caught on fire because of the enchantment.
Yes.
So yeah, silver's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the matter of the hand. So, I mean, I don't remember the ghosts. Like, do they keep their intelligence at all? Or are they still bestial?
Would you like to have a conversation with the ghost?
I would like to try.
Okay, what do you say to the ghost? What language?
Ooh.
I mean, I only have Elvish, I think, Elvish and Common, so I'll start with Common. No, you know what? I'll start with Elvish, because we've got tracks that Umbral, and there were signs of elves here as well, correct? Because we found some kind of Elvish here in the past, I remember.
Sure, what do you say to the ghost?
You understand me?
You don't get much of a response. Like its eyes. Okay, ugh, I hate this. Its eyes are dead. Um, it stares at you with hunger, not with a hunger for flesh, but some other sort of hunger.
Yeah.
I say hello in primordial.
Nah,
Hmm.
no response. It doesn't even look at you, Kelly. It is looking at Lucira though.
Okay.
It looks like there is depth. Maybe there was intelligence there at some point, but
Okay.
this thing has been here for so long that
So it is possible for ghosts to keep their intelligence, but this one
Yes.
might. It's been isolated for too long.
Ghosts are always difficult to communicate with, like just always. They're assholes. But yeah, this one's been here for a very long time, and whatever humanity or elf
Mhm.
vanity was here has dissipated and evaporated off.
Yeah, humanity doesn't really work in multi-species things, does it?
As the Klingons said, it's just a racist term.
Yeah, kind of is. But also, there's no reason for us to make and invent a new one yet. So, anyway, it seems as though whoever or whatever this was, it is long faded now. Simply another beast. But we should carry on, need be. But
What I want to know is why they were keeping people in these cages in the first place.
who knows? Perhaps we will find out more.
Like, but when you put, hold on to a sec.
Speaking of which, would you like to go through the fourth door?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Door number
As it is
4. Here is a car.
As it is a poor, mindless creature, perhaps you should put it out of its misery with your magical sword there.
Perhaps it is for the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I was probably might be for the best. I also really don't know how painful it is for the ghosts, so
You stab it, 500 years of being on fire.
Yeah. We actually do feel pain. A lot of it in slow motion. But we'll see
You
what's
don't-
behind. We'll see what's behind door number 4 first.
Okay, door number 4 leads you to a large circular room. This has a standard straight wall. It goes up about 6 feet, and then it turns into a dome. From your estimations, this area is below the Stonehenge itself.
Oh, great! That's where the bug comes in. Sorry, before I had to go.
Before we do that, there's one other thing. In the center of this is a pillar, or I guess pillar. That's not the right word. Anyways, stone plinth.
Column?
With a glass-looking orb. It also glows blue, and it is moving. The orb isn't moving. The color inside shimmers very strongly and is moving around. In fact, it paints the walls here, and it has like a watery effect along the walls.
Very interesting.
What I don't understand about these cells is if you were holding real live people in there, why would you need silver bars?
Whatever built these and these weapons, and she'll again just like hold the sword out. Sort of, I'm assuming glowing bright blue. You said, because
Your sword or the orb? They're both
the sword.
blue.
The sword.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's like a flashlight.
Whatever it was, they clearly built things to deal with undead creatures. So perhaps
I understand, but if you put I get that you put normal people in there, but it just seems odd if they weren't actively housing undead in there. Like those people, I'm assuming weren't undead. Otherwise, they would still be alive.
perhaps they imprisoned them with understanding that they may become ghosts.
But who can sure-heartedly know that they're going to be able to turn purple, like unless they're actively trying?
We're asking a lot of questions for
Perhaps they
information
were.
we don't have.
We don't know. Whatever they were, it seems as though the undead were prevalent enough. God, that's a word. To have these cases to deal with them, but I do not know anything further. But still, whatever they are, it seems to be significant. And Lucero will stick her head in, quickly sort of look around the room, see if there's anything else, and I guess check for traps. I mean, we've been in ruins and there've been plenty of traps in the past, so I don't think that's unusual.
Give me investigation, or fuck, is it perception or investigation?
I will let you know what
Something specific, I think, is investigation.
one of these is better than the other for me, so I'll let you decide.
I'd like to assist with the traps. Yeah.
Perception check.
Perception?
Yeah.
Can I give him help?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, advantage.
Oh, after we start roll 20.
Okay, advantage. I mean, it's better. 13. I'm not good with this whole wisdom thing. Or anything, really.
Yeah, look, you can only do what you can do. It's not
13?
it's not-
No traps are evident to you.
It doesn't seem to be. Lucero will take a step in towards the orb.
You move your character, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and move your character.
You have activated his trap card.
Entirely probably.
No traps occur.
Okay.
I'd like to move in next to him. Car.
So is the orb like on anything? Like you said a plinth, right?
It's on like a column.
I'm having trouble with words
Hello.
right now, but yeah,
That's
it's
fine.
like a 4 foot tall stone thing, and it's just there on top. Yeah.
Oh,
There's like
Adeline's going for it.
No, I wanted that.
It is stuck into it. It is going to take a good amount of, like, you can do it by yourself, but like it doesn't just lift up. You have to like pull it, yank it free. It was like set in the stone there.
I come and brandish a crowbar, and I say the magical word crowbar.
Madeline turns to Lucira and says, Lucira, that power source, was it a lantern? What was it?
If I'm ready, it was like a gem that was held inside a lantern, I believe.
Yeah.
That's
Like a crystal, right? I think, Rowan.
Yeah, the thing you had was like a crystal that was like glowed from every part of it. This is different. This is a glass orb with like movement inside of it.
Okay.
vampire.
It's fuck, you caught me off guard with that. It seems to be somewhat similar, but it's different still. Not quite the same.
Would
I mean-
there perhaps be an interaction if you bring the two together? Perhaps
Hey,
your lantern will be recharged?
Madeline, while you're saying this, after you picked it up and you have a short conversation, can you give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage?
Oh,
I
I
think
cannot.
your species has.
Ooh.
Cool.
Advantage or no?
Okay. Give me 1 second, please. Max plus 3. You're gonna take a quarter of this. Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
Four?
Like 4?
4. If it's rounding down, then yes, 4.
Yeah, half's 9, and then another half's 4. It's always round down on damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 damage. Take 4 damage. It is necrotic. It is cold. There's something dead inside this trying to get to you.
Oh.
Is there any like physical indication for all of us who aren't Madeline that she's been hurt here?
Madeline stops talking mid-sentence. But 4 damage isn't all that much. Yeah.
like sticking your hand into a freezer momentarily.
Bucket of ice cold water.
Yeah, ice cold water.
Yeah.
It's like where you feel the needles fit in, or the pins and needles in the skin.
Yeah.
You okay, Madeline?
Did you say I got a sense of something attacking me from inside? Like,
Yes.
okay.
You have a sense of something inside trying to kill you. Trying to just not just like kill you particular, but just like lashing out. Like there's something
Lashing out,
inside
yeah.
This is a container of some sort.
Something inside it is reaching out, attacking.
I mean,
It is being held by this.
Can you tell what it is?
seems then perhaps whatever it is, it seems to be some more advanced prison, perhaps. But why would they have it in such a position like this? Seems it makes no sense. I mean, is there anything written on the plinth or on the column?
Nope.
Nothing written anywhere. Just a plain
Nothing
room.
on. It was just a holder. That was all it was.
Perhaps back in its time there would have been guards around here who would have known.
But
Madeline, can you give me another? Are you still holding the thing? Because if you are, you have to roll another Constitution save
Yeah,
for
no,
this
no, I'm
thing. Is
with
trying to kill
advantage
you.
as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
wow,
Nice.
Fine. God damn it. Fine.
It is definitely malevolent, and she'll gently place it back onto the pedestal. But she'll walk back to the door and check if it also has that sort of silver inlining in the bars, like.
Every so you go over the bars and you like scrape it off and you look closely, and yeah, this thing has silver inlining. And can you give me an investigation check actually?
I can attempt to.
11. Yeah, the bars are silvered.
This is definitely some kind of prison.
But it makes no sense. If you took, why is this one so much more significant than the others? What is it?
What if he's a more powerful kind of person?
Or perhaps, and I'm spitballing. What if it's perhaps a container for multiple things?
Either way, I don't
What if
know
we
if we
take it?
should. I don't think we should take it, at least until we've explored the rest of the place.
I mean,
What
But
of
like, what if
taking
we
it
try and
active?
bring the ghost to it? Do you think then we can confirm if it sucks like ghosts in?
perhaps, but if it does indeed does harm anyone who picks it up, perhaps it's best not to take it out of this room. This room clearly has. We didn't check the gates at the very start if they were silver or anything.
You didn't check those gates.
So we have no idea. And if something goes wrong, it might have a clear route out, and that sounds bad.
Yeah.
But Madeline, could you tell anything else about it, or simply that it was violent? It is simply trying to kill you.
As much as you figure out.
Yeah.
Can I look around the room to see if there's any other actions or doors or any other indication that anything existed, like moved dust, anything like that?
Yeah, can you give me an investigation check, please, or perception?
Oh, cool. If it's investigation, I can help either way. Because
I'm okay with
If you want
that.
to assist
Sure,
in
you just-
perception, I'll roll perception.
because I would like to see if there's anything to this room.
Can I roll as well?
That's a
Sure.
20.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
The hilarious moment when he actually almost
Fine.
meets you.
That's nuts.
God bless expertise.
Okay, you two. Okay, you two notice together as you're looking around. The orb itself was putting out light, and the light like swims and moves, and makes the room itself look like water. But as you look around more, you can see that it's not just the orb that's shimmering, but the walls themselves seem inlaid with silver. Silver strands, small, but every brick has this strand, and it just first brick, second brick, third brick, just all the way up. There's just a spiral of silver thread inlaid here, and even on the floor itself. From what you've seen from the ghost there, if a ghost or ghosts, hive of ghosts, I don't know, was let loose in this room, as long as the
The gate, as long as the doors were closed.
door, is closed, it would be a prison.
Right, but the
Hmm.
thing here is that they clearly put more effort into this than
Yeah.
they did into the other, like, just gated prisons.
This is
And
either
so-
Like, it's possible that there's something
Remember, this
significantly
room
more powerful here,
This room is right
but it's
below
also
the
right
henge.
next.
Why would you put
Um,
all of the ghosts inside the orb if they can already be contained within the prison?
That is a very good question.
There's a lot of
Space
good questions
saving.
here. There's a lot of good questions, and the
Some-
answer to every single fucking one of them is I don't know.
There is
Yeah.
a mechanism at work here, intentionally designed.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think we should take this orb out from this room. While we don't know the exact thought processes behind those who made it, it doesn't seem illogical that this could be
If
something dangerous.
too many unknowns, and if it is not simply an unknown power, it is an unknown entity specifically. It is trying to kill us. Taking something that does nothing on its own is one thing, but to take this, it would be risky, but
What if we can commune with the thing inside the orb?
perhaps, but if these ruins that seem to have been here for an immense amount of time, and we've seen what isolation can do. If its first reaction at all is to simply lash out and harm and kill, it is probably little more than a beast. I think nothing to communicate with. But you are more than welcome to take the risk.
I'm going to
I-
assume that because it's inside the orb, it doesn't count as a creature I can see.
What are you trying to do?
I have a ability. It's pretty
Jesus
long.
Christ.
Don't look at the top bit. You're looking at psychic whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others. As an action, choose one or more creatures you can see up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus 2, and then roll a psionic energy die. You can talk to them for that many hours.
Let's just roll a psychic escape tunnel to this sphere.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can see in it if you look really close. You can see there's things moving in there. They count as creatures. It's like looking through a window. Do you want to do this?
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Please get possessed. Please get possessed. Please get possessed.
Roll
We have an
initiative.
excuse- We have an excuse to kill him.
I roll a 1d6, and that's how many hours I can talk to it for. Not that that's really going to matter, but in the first use of this, so I can choose 2 creatures I can see, and I can telepathically communicate with them. So I'm going to choose whatever one inside that looks most regal or like important or vibrant, if I can make any of that out. And I'm going to choose Madeline. So that's
Sure.
us 3 can talk
Sounds good. Okay.
for
For number, yeah, the chosen creature speak.
6 hours. Oh man.
Can this talk?
Oh, you're breaking up.
Can the ghost talk to Madeline?
I don't know if they can talk to, if we can all talk to each other or not, or if we have to go through me. I think it's just me that they can
For the
talk
sake
to.
of sanity, let's just make it a group chat.
Yeah, that's easiest. That works best.
That's easiest. Okay, great. Madeline,
He
there's no
leaves
saver
the
here,
Discord
so
server.
you're in his head. Okay, Horik, what would you like to say to the ghosts?
Hey, hi there. I believe that we've happened upon your prison, and we just wanted to know why you are being kept in here and who put you here.
You hear you're secondly talking to one ghost, right?
Yeah, one
in
ghost.
the back. They're all really tight together. They've been tight together. So like you hear screaming in the background. Not super loud, but like there's a bit of a chorus there, and there is a delay for a couple of seconds. Madeline, you hear this too, and you just hear, we have been trapped here so long, we are not ourselves anymore. Free us. This is hell.
Why would they put you here?
They didn't want us going beyond to the next realm. No one could.
What realm?
The afterlife, or whatever form it takes. Please let us go.
Even if we open the crystal, this room is still a prison.
Then free us. Please.
Is they?
Yeah, who are they?
Us, all of us. Used as fuel? I don't know.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh god, I suck at this. Yeah.
I mean, he's a great player.
Let me try adding 1d6. Don't think it makes much difference.
Yeah, 12.
Hello?
Breaking up again.
Yeah, so we're losing him.
San Diego's having a rough day. More like San Diego, more like sad connection.
Boo. Boo. And a hiss.
I do think that the undead could be a power source.
I mean, there is a distinct possibility.
I think we
It's
should talk to this.
if
broad.
we consider the composition engine like a petrol engine, maybe this could be like an electric engine. Using
Yeah.
souls as opposed to physical
Or
bodies.
like a Tesla coil.
I mean, I do have a crystal of unlimited power, and by unlimited I mean very limited, but
Unlimited power. Like what? There's bars there. You can talk through bars. Why don't we just break the crystal, like through the bars?
perhaps.
You know, mass.
I disagree with any plan that involves releasing them right now.
You should be on these guys' side. You are undead.
Yeah, but I'm a different undead.
You're like a strike breaker. That's what you're like. You're a scab right now. They won't be freed from the man. And you're like, no, keep them in there.
Well, we
Wait, if they're
don't. We
used to power something, what are they powering?
also Callie has no idea what the conversation is going on right now. So
Yeah, that's true.
I know it's too. But they didn't say power, did they? They just said they were.
Yeah, no, they did.
they use for
Did
fuel.
they? Sorry? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
for fuel,
they said
yeah.
that. Yeah, we use for fuel. Boy.
Oh god, I want to know what this is powering because that's a lot of undead.
I mean, it could be an abstract. They could have just been used for physical fuel
Yeah, but for what?
to keep warm.
That's a stretch. There's you're next to a forest. I feel they have more efficient methods of that.
You can just have more kids.
So
It's
also like
fine.
I mean, yeah, and we did have that. This crystal I have was definitely being used as a fuel.
but for what?
But I mean, the one I have for the anti-undead barrier.
Yeah,
That's what this crystal, or the crystal I have, was being was fuel.
it doesn't make sense.
But it's like there's something different about this crystal, so I don't think it's the same.
No, but think about it, right? These power sources are adjacent to blood, right? Ritual areas.
Yes.
And the blood ritual area was in a vampire stronghold. That's pretty obvious.
There wasn't
And they're undead.
There wasn't a blood altar in the fort we found.
Howdy there.
Hi there.
Hello?
Oh,
So
So
it's an ancient undead hive mind thing. So either A, it's incredibly clever and it's tricking you because you can't even tell, or B, it's partially lost its mind in great pain and not really able to make much of a lie. So one or the other.
Hold on. Yep. Sorry, I was getting delivered some paella. I want to figure out what this is powering first before we decide to break anything, because it could be super useful for the colony.
Sure.
And
if it's powering anything, you said?
yeah, sorry, like they said they were being used for fuel. I'm going to ask them, like, fuel. Well, we already asked them fuel for what? I'm going to say anyway. Fuel for what? Like, if I don't know how to get you out of here, maybe you can tell me what you were being used for and we can reverse it.
Not our spirits, our blood. They would kill us, and we had nowhere to go, so they'd trap us so we wouldn't kill them.
These are the victims of the vampires. It's like cattle.
Yeah, that's like they're living blood bags.
Well, remember this building, this dome is right below the henge of the blood
Yeah.
altar.
Yeah. Okay, so it is a case of the bodies were useful, not the spirits,
Yeah.
and they were being trapped purely as a just get the fuck away from us, not a problem, not as a we need to keep their souls.
Yeah. That makes sense. But then where are the bodies? I suppose they would have welled away. But the ones in the cells didn't.
Yeah, so sorry.
That makes so much more sense now, because if they couldn't. Wait, what if you can't die in this area?
I mean,
Not like die. I mean, like, what if your soul cannot pass while it's in this area?
One thing to do but test it. Which one of us is actually alive?
I ain't dying for shit.
I love that we're all just using horror as an excuse to murder him now.
He's the only one that needs to sleep. Therefore,
We just kill him to sleep.
he's the most standard test subject that we can do for various things.
I don't know if anybody's confirmed whether or not you can stealth in your sleep, but I would like to.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, it's your conversation, Karen.
Conversation.
The names, was it the Fist of Fury? What was it called?
Oh, the three important.
The Fury.
The voice of the people. I can't remember.
Here, one sec. Word of wisdom, the heart of the people, the hand of fury.
The names, the word of the wisdom, the heart of the people, and the voice of the fury mean anything to you? The hand of the fury. The fury is 5.
No.
No. What used to be here before? Where did you come from?
Did I here? Not here. Around somewhere?
I can't. I don't know if he's talking or if he's like waiting for me.
Why not, Bo?
Yeah. What? It's weird that you've got. Usually your internet's pretty good.
Yeah, just very specifically, if you're having an issue today.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Abominate.
I can hear you.
I mean, we heard you just then, Ryan.
Yeah, we heard you say Say something else, but less offensive. Nah, can't hear it.
It's gone.
Yeah, not anymore, it doesn't.
You had. Oh, and now he can't hear us. So, This
There's
feels
too many
like-
rushes. We can't let them out.
Yeah, we can't let them out just yet. But I mean, maybe if the settlement does end up being here, we can look into it more. But you know, they've been here for God knows how many years. I'm sure a little bit longer as well. Too bad.
I wonder though. I do wonder if there's long enough that you can leave souls trapped somewhere before they come feral.
I'd imagine so.
I
Seems
mean,
to be-
if ghosts and souls still have mental capacity, the mental
Yeah.
capacity can, I suppose, diminish through
sheer
time
isolation
trapped.
and time.
Hmm.
And yeah, because we see in even living humans, so in a relatively short amount of years, if you're living in isolation.
Even less than years.
Yeah, exactly. So, see that, Trev? We kind of hear you, yeah.
We can hear you.
A bit quiet, but
Yeah, I was being quiet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about this. We're trying.
yeah, no worries.
Yeah, he can't really remember. It's been a long time. He's somewhere from around there. He doesn't really remember though.
I'm sorry, but it's just there's not enough concrete evidence here for me to go off. I have to. We'll be back.
No. Okay, it. Fine.
Do you remember your name?
No.
I'm gonna call you John. John will come back for you. Let's hang on a minute.
I don't think you can turn this conversation off, by the way.
You
Nope.
can't.
Nope.
One
I
moment.
cannot, but
I'll
they
do
don't know
that.
that.
That's not sure than a mile.
Hork and Madeline, you still hear that screaming in the background.
I mean, that's fine.
Wisdom saying.
We can explore the rest of the place, and then we can ask them questions while we're here. But
Well, you're gonna have to speak up. All I can hear is screaming.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
yeah, I
did
don't
you
know.
talk about?
Oh, there is. Hey, there are a bunch of souls trapped in that orb, and they were used as fuel allegedly when they were alive, like some kind of cattle. And then because you can't die in this area, they were gonna come back and kill the people that ate them. So the people who were eating them put them into the orb
What,
for eternity. And now
what
a
would-
lot of them
what
are just
would they-
screaming.
So
what would they do if they were freed?
Pass on, I suppose. Or murder us, probably murder us. I'm going to say murder us.
I mean, if they are tapped for that long, it makes sense that they would be eroded from what they were. But it seems as though at least one has some kind of intelligence to speak with you, but it is a risk for sure.
He's having some trouble. I've called him John, but I don't know if he's really happy with that.
I mean, but Lucio would like to investigate because, I mean, it doesn't. If I feel like if you're going to trap something in crystal, it would require some work. Like, if there's going to be like runes or anything, or something to trap them in the crystal in the.
You have to pull them?
Yeah, like something to actually keep them there. Like, is there something
Like an anchor? Yeah.
or like is it a case of it's not just glass; it's a special material? Like, is there, I feel like there's got to be something more to it than just it's a crystal. It's a crystal ball or it's a glass ball that happens to contain the souls of the damned. May have lost Ryan again.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay, no, cool.
I mean, I'm not. It's a mechanism built with intent. It functions.
Yeah, but there's nothing special about the glass or crystal orb, is there?
You want to give me our contract?
I would like to try.
Yeah, give me our
I will
contract.
assist.
Okay, I have assistance.
I will watch.
If that's okay, Ryan.
Yeah. Good.
Let's do this.
Oh, so many crits coming up today.
Nice.
Holy Jesus Christ. Okay. So here's
Your mystery no longer exists.
here's
I wonder
exactly
what.
this is.
I
Here's
wonder why
exactly
my
what this
character
is.
knows this.
So there's soul stones, which like souls can be imbued into a gem, and it enables magical feats beyond normal. This is a bit beyond that. This absorbs souls from around it. Not powerful souls, but just like regular souls, like you all have, maybe. if this circular room was to be thought of as a reservoir, not a prison, souls could be pumped into the room, and this orb absorbs them and traps them in a more refined, concrete, safer form. So it wouldn't need to. You just need to like. Listen, you got 25. If someone kills someone at the altar that is above this round circular room, the soul, the altar itself could be designed so the soul is sucked downwards, dropped into the circular room. It's trapped in the circular room, and then it's double trapped by being absorbed into this orb.
Right, so it is double barrel containment essentially.
Yeah.
They're trapped inside the orb, which is also inside the room.
Yeah, and
The room is like a hopper to feed into the.
Yeah. The soul itself isn't like this orb wasn't set up to like as a power source.
It's just
it
a
was
container.
more waste. Waste
It's a
management.
fancy
which is
bin.
horrific to
Yep.
think about the soul just not even being important, just being a waste material.
Yeah, it does. God, yeah, the soul just being literally not important whatsoever. Is there a way to, like, okay, would shattering the orb free the souls?
Almost certainly, yes.
Is there a way to do it without shattering the orb? And
Almost
doing
certainly
it-
not.
Almost certainly not.
It is not designed to let souls in and out freely.
It is a
It is
one-way
a-
system.
It's a one-way system of you.
It is a trap.
That makes things very much more difficult to free them. But then that doubles up the question on why do they have these other cages? I mean, I guess. Oh wait, I wonder. I guess it's because
They might have been
They're
people
holding
waiting to
down
be
the- yeah,
sacrificed.
it's only people that die on the altar will get
There were
channeled
people
into here.
waiting to be sacrificed, and
Yeah,
the ghost in
okay.
that doesn't. It maybe some just died and turned into a ghost. The other ones didn't, or something else happened with them.
Yeah. Okay. So it's only. It's not like a radius based. It is a case of if you die on that altar, that's the purpose of the henge.
Yeah, the orb absorbs souls within
This distance.
13.5 feet.
Okay. So no one die in this room. It's very
I
bad
mean-
for you.
I mean, we just have to be over to this
We-
side and be fine.
Do we if we know what it does and kind of do we know how it works? Like, would we be able to reverse the flow?
No, I think.
No.
I mean,
It's
if
built
we,
Like magically?
if we destroyed the henge, I imagine, because that's still the mechanism is within the henge. The magic is part of that, I assume.
The hen.
To pull it down, yeah, but like the actual storage is completely
Oh
self-contained,
no, yeah,
right?
the storage is set.
Oh, right, okay.
Storage
Yeah.
is set there. Like the only thing we can do is break the containment.
Yeah, you
but
can't reverse the polarity or whatever. It's not
yeah,
designed.
Could we try and suck souls out of this room? Is that what you're asking?
No,
No.
for the orb itself, like seeing
Yeah.
as it was.
no, that's yeah. I was saying that
I think they're trapped.
there's
It's
no
all
I
a
think
one-way system.
There's no way other than shattering the orb for us to.
Like one of those piggyback to die, but you can't actually get into it without breaking it.
Yeah, which is such a shit design. Anyway. Okay. So if we destroyed the henge, but it's also here's the thing. Like we said, if they're in there, they're gonna try and murder us.
The thing is while some of them may still have their little last pieces of sentience, right now, all Horic. Well, actually, I'm going to say this into character.
Yeah,
Whether or not
the amount
they-
of screaming.
whether or not the majority or even or a minority retain their ability to understand and communicate with me, we can't let one out without letting the rest out. And I can tell you from what I hear, that's not gonna be a pretty sight.
Just throw it far away.
I wouldn't release that on anyone. And I've done some pretty awful. I wouldn't.
So we're saying that they were sacrificed and trapped in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is what it
Okay.
seems. I mean, there is much power in a person's blood, magic or no. There is much things you can do if they are indeed being fueled. I mean, she'll look at heart like how it's from what you describe. It sounds there is a great many of them. It's no small number, I imagine.
Can I touch the orb, please?
The orb.
Can I ponder the
Touch
orb?
You can ponder the orb. You gain great wisdom from the orb.
And take damage.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Nope. No damage.
I would like
He's
to.
undead.
He's
I
like,
don't
Oh.
realize 11 things touching it.
Yeah.
oh god.
All right. Now, just.
Do you feel yourself getting sucked? And
That's a good point.
No. Callie, you aren't getting absorbed into it. You already have a vessel.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you don't have a soul. We don't know which. It would...
What
Well, Callie sort of like lifts the orb and looks at it, like in the light, kind of. Well,
make a dexterity saving throw to stop from dropping the orb.
the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy in the first one, he's holding out the
Yeah.
stone.
Or Lucius Malfoy with the prophecy just kind of like rolls out your hand.
Yeah, Callie's like looking at it, like so they're trapped in there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You see a whole swirl of them, but you do see one just sitting there. A small sprite.
Callie, like try to put the orb in his bag.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
If we are intending to release these spirits, which I think is what we should do, perhaps we should release them within this secondary room. Because at least if there are any that would cause harm to any outside, we can at least deal with them here. Any that wish to just go free, disappear to the next realm, we can guide them out through the other doors.
Sorry, which room are you? Are
This
you
room.
saying?
The circular room with this that's larger.
Yes, but that's trapping us in a room with a whole lot of angry ghosts.
I would be willing to break the orb in this room
Oh,
if
sorry,
you
I
guys
don't know
want to
if
be in this far side of the door.
Yeah, sorry. Is this door? Was this also like iron bars or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little
it was.
iron bars, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, never mind. God, I was completely forgot about that fact. I thought it was like a fully closed door. Yeah. Okay, so that is a possibility that we could release it and then, like, just ping
That's
away at them. But
too much.
that's a
for us
feels
to
like a big if. Perhaps we should explore the rest of the facility first.
I'm
Oh,
going
that's-
to tap back into the connection with the orb psychically and say, "Hey, John, how many of you are in there roughly? Would you estimate if you could?"
Not more than 100,
So 100.
maybe. Yes?
Do you and your friends talk a lot? Because they seem to be screaming incessantly.
I don't have the energy for these questions.
All right, John. I'll go back to the. There are probably about 100 souls in that orb, and I would say a good 75% of them are. Look at it this way: I'm only talking to one of them, and he doesn't seem to have any friends.
I'm willing to break the orb in this room by myself if you guys want to stay in the far side of the door.
I think that would be a terrible idea. If we feel strongly enough about these people being or these souls being trapped in here, I will concede to group. But I think that sometimes maybe a longer journey we're going to have to accept that some things are just out of our reach. There are roughly 100 undead souls inside that orb, and you would be putting yourself with 75, maybe 80 people, things that don't know the difference between you and whatever trapped in there. They could have been in there for this place is not just broken down, it is completely buried. Then The stones up there are multiple hundreds of years old.
Okay. Well, we'll hold off the question. Callie still has the orb in his bag.
Yeah. Now we just have to make sure that he never
All's over.
falls over, never takes a
We should open it up in the forest and see if that guy likes it.
Your problem now.
Fuck your shit up.
Oh, what happens if we open it up in the dead zone?
Did they get
Will they
trapped?
get-
They get trapped
will
in a
they get-
slightly
yeah.
larger area.
Will they get sucked underground?
We've taken your small cage and given you a bigger cage.
Hey, it's an improvement. It's a bigger
Hey,
enclosure. It's like,
this
it's like
feeling for the rest of
We
your
don't put
journey.
Shamu back in the sea, okay? You just give it a bigger tank. All right.
I mean, there's still more to this facility. Let's go explore that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
Can I stand like against the wall opposite those bars and try and talk to that ghost that's in there?
The
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you go talk to the ghost. See the ghost.
Hey, I'm gonna call you Jessica. Hey, Jessica. We have the orb from in there that has people trapped in it. Do you like any of them?
You're not getting a response to this thing, dude. It is instinct alone.
See this? That's what I would estimate about 80 of them in there are like.
I mean, I understand. They will, with such spirits, will almost certainly try and kill us if we were to break. I mean,
Can I toss the dead rat through the bars?
Why would you? Yes, okay, you throw the rat to the bar.
I love when the GM just goes,
React-
why?
Does it react? Does it react to the rat being in the thingy with it?
Not really.
I mean,
It's
it's a
interested in you, not a dead rat.
The
Yeah,
dead
so
rat
that-
soul
so-
appears and starts getting angry at you.
Someone throw a dead rat. at a bar, I
So
can see it in the air.
there may be some merit to leaving Callie in the room with it since they don't react to dead things.
perhaps, but again, that still leaves us with the problem of dealing with all of that many ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Perhaps later, but still, there is more to the facility. Come.
Maybe if we find another soul thing, yeah, I'm gonna start walking out. Maybe if we find another soul thing, we can break that one in there and then trap the good ones in the soul stone. John seemed like a swell dude. Not very talkative though. I'm gonna kneel down and try and undo the lock.
Okay, you guys going that way? Sure thing.
Yeah, I'd like to check the lock for traps.
Give
The
me,
door for traps.
Yeah, give me. I really hate that rule. Give me perception or investigation, whichever you prefer. Honestly, investigation should be about traps. God damn it.
Would you rather I rolled investigation?
Whichever you prefer. Either one's good.
Cool.
I think it's the only rule in 5e I disagree with.
Hold on.
I mean, I've won.
15.
There is a trap. It is-
Oh,
Oh baby.
There is busted from time.
ha!
God damn it. Right, I'm gonna try and damn it, did the 15 push me over the limit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And I
Yeah.
can I just
Maybe
check
if you
the
came back
bars
a
on
thousand
the.
years ago, you would have been fine. But
I'm trying to use my theory so that yeah.
these bars are not silvered.
Okay. Done.
All right. Either there's undead things that can get us in here, or there was never any undead here. Hey, that's 19. 19.
Okay. Shorten that one out. Just a short walkway. This guy's just over here. And there's a doorway here. It is a sturdy iron door. It is not bars. It is a door. It has another lock to it.
I would like to investigate it over traps.
Okay, we'll investigate.
So 10.
Don't see traps.
I would like to attempt to unlock the door.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. Thieves' tools. Dex check. It's a 21.
Yep, you open the door.
Check.
Heavy iron door. It swings open with a creak, and you can see that there are. Let me think how to describe this. It is a storeroom of some sort. You can see on the the right-hand side is several boxes. Come on, or at least it would have been boxes. Eroded away into just piles of rubbish. It looks like just general like supplies and stuff like that. None of it good anymore. And you can see on the left-hand side that there is. Come on. There is.
Hello?
Hello.
Go on back.
Mm-hmm.
Several iron bars. And behind that, you can see that there is a loose pallet or loose pile of golden or gold, not ingots, but like gold raw ore.
Hmm.
Where are the
Um,
bars? On this side?
I drew them. Yes, they're right there.
Okay.
And
And behind
there's
those bars, there's a...
yeah, sure thing. There is a. Yes, sir. Give me a second, guys. There's another door at the end of the hall, at the end of the room, right there. And yeah, like I said, past here, there's a pallet, with, not a pallet. It's a metal trough, essentially, meant for like moving. It has handles on either side, and you can see that there are
Arc.
gold in there. It's not a ton of gold, but there's like gold ingots in there. Not, God damn it, not ingots, gold
Or
Chunks of ore.
ore. Thank you, God, ore.
Can I check the... I'm assuming this is the gate for traps.
Yeah, sure thing.
12.
Give me a moment.
That means he's taking the DC of the trap.
Okay, you don't
you
see any traps.
have you run out of extra dice for the day?
I don't like to use it on every roll.
Okay.
I'm going to try to unlock. Is there a lock on it?
There is absolutely a lock on it.
Oh, did I attempt to unlock the lock?
Sorry, I wasn't here. What are these things?
They're just old supply crates. They've broken down with time.
Oh, okay.
22.
That unlocks the lock, and the door swings open, and you hear a click.
Yeah.
And let me just check something real quick as the trap goes off.
Oh no!
Oh boy!
And a big motherfucker steps out. No, I don't want to select him. Steps out. This door opens, swings open, and
Yeah.
a big motherfucker.
Oh shit! It's the
steps
God Emperor.
out. It is.
The God Emperor, I don't know.
No, sorry, it's Horic, not Horus. This isn't the fight we should be having.
I haven't ascended yet. Stop it.
Yeah. I don't have the power yet, and I'm only 3'7", not 8 foot tall.
So, so we're doing initiative, I assume.
You're doing initiative, everyone.
God, it fucking sucks where I have to sit there and go, 11's not bad.
17, baby. This is the highest this is the highest plus the initiative I've ever had in a character, and I'm still not getting that relatively that high.
Callie, you're up first. This thing means you harm. It appears to be some sort of metal golem.
Well, then clearly what I have to do is, first off, drop the torch. And secondly, I have no idea what senses it has. I want to cast blindness deafness on it anyway. So con save versus 15.
15.
It's 3, shouldn't it be good?
Let me check here.
It is good at killing us.
It's necromancy.
I mean, we're not the good guys in this situation. I don't think.
Are you
It has
are you blinding it or deafening it?
Blinding it.
Oh,
9.
I didn't realize. No, it's actually 24.
Oh,
It's
it has advantage.
Yes.
Well, shit. Okay, well, that didn't work.
Hot diggity damn.
I forgot that it automatically rolls twice. Okay, Callie. Would you like to do anything?
That was a full spell. Do I have any bonus action spells on me that can be of any
I don't think
use?
I don't think you can do classic spells and bonus action spells. You can.
Yeah, you can only
cast
cast one spell at a time unless it's a cantrip bonus action.
That's what I was saying. Do I have a cantrip bonus
Or,
action? Yeah.
No, cantrip
It's
Yeah, no-
spells.
So you can use a cantrip and a spell, but you can't use 2 spells.
Oh,
uh,
I don't
100%.
think so.
That's.
no.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's what I did before because I had
If you cast a spell as a bonus action, you can only cantrip with your action.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't cast
What?
another spell during the same turn, except for a cantrip with a casting time of 1 action.
Yeah.
So if you cast any spell as a bonus action, then the only spells that can be cast with your action during the same turn are cantrips with a casting time of
That's
1
right.
action.
Yes.
So if I cast a spell with an action, I can't cast a bonus action cantrip?
That's the way it reads.
Okay,
No.
then I just draw my quarterstaff. And
Okay,
I
sounds good.
move a bit over to the back over here.
Not
The whole
using
set of
your-
rooms to build terrain. Not that matters that much though.
You're not
Work,
using
you're up.
your druid thing.
That's an action.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
I thought it was bonus action.
No.
Casting bonus action spells, including cantrips, prevents you from casting action spells. Yeah, sorry, it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
202 of the handbook.
cantrip spells. Bonus action cantrips exist for like hit it with a sword and then cast that cantrip. Anyways,
You can cast a bonus action spell and then a full action cantrip.
Yeah, that's the only
Yeah.
ruling for it.
Yeah.
Hork, you're up.
Hey, it's me, Horik to the
Yeah.
M. I'm going to move into this room and close the door. and then take some psychic knives. Psychic knife. All right. I don't have advantage, but I do have sneak attack. Oh no, that's a mess.
That is a miss.
A 22.
22 hits.
Hey, I got sneak attack.
Just saying, if a 22 didn't hit, I'd say it's just running.
Y'all are fucked.
That is 15 damage psychic.
Roger. Okay.
Yeah, the second attack's my bonus action, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Madeline. Oh,
Sovereign's
Hork,
Blessing
do you close
Zeal.
the door?
Yeah, close the door.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Sovereign
Madeline, let's
Blessing, Zeal. If I hit them, it takes force damage. It takes
Yeah.
two. And I'm using my flail and my shield.
You should throw the orb of ghosts at it.
That's actually kind of an option, I think. Just what if we lead it into the other room and then just trap it in there?
I mean, not a bad plan.
Oh, okay. 10 does not hit at
Yeah.
all.
It does not hit at all.
I'm going to sidestep this way because my companions need to also help me hit things.
Okay, so this blessing lasts for a minute. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Okay, Lucira, you're up.
Charge it.
Take it.
Charge it.
Take it.
I will
Close the door.
move to here, and I would then like to cast Scorching Ray at second level at it.
Okay, scorching ray.
Nice. Keep me out.
I don't have the spell. Scorching Ray. So I got 3 of these. I don't. have advantage.
Real quick. Sorry, I just realized something. Hork, what type of damage are your blades?
Psychic.
It does nothing.
Yeah, I was sat there going to construct, isn't it? Aren't they immune?
It's construct.
Do you even have physical knives?
I do have physical
Oh,
weapons, but I don't
good.
want to use them.
tough. I don't think you get a choice anymore.
I hate this game.
Sorry. So that is nothing to affect my turn, is it?
No, nothing at all. I love
Cool.
games.
Scorching Ray, go. Pew, miss. Pew, hit. Pew. Probably a miss.
Hit.
Oh,
Its AC is
Ah.
not terribly high, surprisingly enough.
cool. I shall take 16 damage. I
Okay.
would like to draw my rapier because I get the distinct impression
That is
the
8
longsword
damage.
won't be as helpful.
Okay.
And I believe that's my entire
Yeah, your
turn.
rays hit it and scorch it, and don't seem to do a lot of damage.
Cool. So it's
Damage.
also
Resistant.
it's resistant to
Resistant to
fire.
fire.
Guys, I should really get some other damage type spells.
Okay, guys, let's see. Let's see. Let me just look at something real quick.
I'm just gonna let you know now, Ryan. If you crit me again to death,
No,
we are gonna have words.
it's tempting, but I mean,
Probably me.
Madeline's right there. Yeah. Okay, first attack. Hit. 16.
Hit, yeah. Sorry, 16 or 21?
16.
Miss.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my god, there's a crit though.
You don't got advantage.
No, I know, but like, if it did.
Yeah.
I am grappled.
You didn't roll.
Huh?
Oh yeah, no, it's automatically grappled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
automatic grapples, yeah.
Okay. 14 damage total.
I mean 6 because it does that the extra 8 is from the crit.
Yeah, but you just count it as the original
My
damage
bad.
die from the other
Thank
one.
you. Thank you. You're right. It was 6.
What was I on? I was on.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's a good point.
You're right. Thank you very much for catching that.
Yeah, cool. My nose is not bleeding yet.
Oh, good.
You only took 6 damage.
Yeah. I was not full though.
Alright.
Let me look inside this. Fun times ahead, guys. Callie, you're up.
Alrighty. I have already drawn my quarterstaff. I am going to, first of all, pop Shillelagh on
Shillelagh?
it.
Could you post Shillelagh? I'm just trying to see what it does. Okay.
And damage rolls melee attacks his weapon and times d8 and becomes magical.
Sounds good.
And I also, because that's a bonus action, I'm going to use an action to pop my symbiotic entity. I'll post here. So I get 4, 8, 12, 16 temporary HP. Each level, you get Hail of Spores damage added a second time. And what else do I have? When a creature you can see moves then or starts its turn there, you can use your reaction. Do 1d4 necrotic. I have no idea if necrotic is something that it's weak to, but
So I get the distinct impression that if it's in a facility designed to contain undead, necrotic probably not the best, but
it's the only thing I can put consistently on my
there you
attacks.
go. I mean that's what I mean. It's like it's probably not ideal, but it's also the only option. So
Yeah. So that is my turn.
I get also Ryan. If that's too meta, I don't think it is because it feels like a fair assumption.
Metal doesn't like rot.
Yeah, metal doesn't rot. We're in a facility or a prison specifically designed to keep things that do a lot of necrotic damage. It feels reasonable to assume it resist at least.
Well, to be fair as well, I don't think undead would be going looking for gold.
I mean, Ryan was
Yeah.
generous. Ryan was generous enough to tell us, actually.
Yeah. Because
I-
the trap was on the gold
Oh.
door, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it might kind of double us both, but maybe it seems we're wrong. Necrotic does seem to be effective.
Well, I wouldn't say that now, but.
I know, I'll cast heat metal to make it do fire damage as well to us.
Oh, you can. Oh, you. I mean, there's no save yet.
For the Halo spores.
Like,
Someone could
that's,
just roll it out, yeah.
well,
Wait, what's
that's a
going
that's a
on?
reaction, isn't it? It's-
1d
Yeah,
20
yeah,
plus
it,
4.
yeah. Like that's my turn. So
yeah,
I'm,
but you can't use your reaction for it.
no, because it hasn't
So-
hit the things. Yes, I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it'll do it at the start of its turn, but
Yeah.
Oh,
until then,
okay.
it's a
Yeah, that's fine. So then it's Hark's turn.
yes, it's going to be Horrocks' turn. We're waiting on. It's because he's back to internet dying.
At some point
Ooh.
soon, I do hope
Me, sorry.
that the US becomes a first world nation at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
let's get internet. Cypher is not wrong, and we did mention that curse earlier.
I'm grappled, by the way. That just I can still make attacks, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It's just my speed is 0.
Yeah, literally, you can't move at all. But
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Suits me just fine.
Are we out of Matt?
Adam.
Are we out of Callie's thing there? Like, are we continuing? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
Ryan's internet is terrible. That's the issue.
Ryan's internet is terrible, but Callie's turn is over.
Yeah.
So don't know if we.
Even if you just want to say what you're doing for the turn, we can start playing our next one.
It is almost 9 though. That's your cutoff, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that
Dude,
case,
will we
it's
just
totally
call
better if
it?
We just leave it there. Yeah. If 9 is the cutoff point anyway, because we're probably not going to complete this in 4 and a bit minutes anyway.
We did one turn. We did one full turn. We're starting at the top of initiative, so
That's well, effectively because you've had your second, but yeah, more or less.
Mm.
Oh, you see
Ryan.
back in Discord?
Howdy, guys.
Ryan,
Howdy.
we were just discussing if you wanted to leave the session here because Sean has the hard cutoff point on 9.
I do. Otherwise, my
Um,
girlfriend will beat me over the head with something sharp.
And we would
Yeah, if it wasn't for
probably
internet, we could finish this fight. But with internet going on,
that's perfectly fine. Yeah,
we had a fun adventure.
I mean, it's fine.
Oh, we
Yes.
can get to the golems. Oh, damn, the golem was gonna do something cool. We'll save it for next time.
Yes.
It's fine. You can kill me next time. It's fine.
Yeah. But what we don't know is that he
Yeah.
automatically crits anything that he has grappled.
Madeline, do you have fire resistant? I'm not. Yeah, I'll just make you roll the damage. That way, it's not my fault.
I have
Well-
only necrotic.
Well,
I mean, wait, is it its turn now?
no.
Okay.
We'll end the game there.
Yeah.
That was fun. A lot of shit happened. Some
That was fun.
Yes. Some
answers-
more revelations.
created. Yeah.
A great deal more questions created.
A lot of